That was a long sip.
It was a long sip. That's what we do here, long sips.
How are you feeling after that long sip?
I'm good. I'm a little out of breath.
That's not good.
Got to get the cardio in. You know what I mean?
Is that your cardio?
Yeah, I just take long sips. That's how I do it.
I appreciate that.
Long, slow sips. That's how I do it. Welcome.
Slow and low?
Slow and low. Welcome to WeNeedWrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett. Brett is taking not a sip, a chug. That was a chug. That was a slam. Oh, hold on. Big news coming. Breaking news. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. What if I just chug this whole thing? I'm not going to do that.
All right, yeah, don't.
I let out a really big burp.
Yeah.
Like when people do that Sprite challenge.
Yeah. It's not great for podcasting.
Just letting out a real big burp.
Just chugging something. I'm going to sit here for 20 seconds.
People can hear me go, oh.
Well, that's true.
Oh.
No, it's not the only place you hear you do that. Anyway,
Sorry.
I'm
a piece of shit.
You're not. We only entertain ourselves on this show. That's the purpose. So everybody, get with the program. Like I said, this is WeNeedWrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett. How are you, pal?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Full of potato pancake.
That's
about it.
I didn't know where you were going. So I was like, full of potatoes.
Nope.
Like, what does that mean?
Nope, just full of potato pancake.
Yeah, that's true.
Very full of potato pancake.
It's bazaar season in lovely Northeast PA. Are bazaars elsewhere in the country, or is this a Northeast PA thing?
I wonder if they just call them, like, festivals?
I don't know.
Hey, if you're not from Northeast PA, do you have bazaars around you?
Yeah.
You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com.
Is it just like a Polish around thing, or like a Roman Catholic, Polish Catholic, Roman Catholic thing?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, the one I went to today is just a straight up Catholic.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
But like, listen, I'm not going to get into religion talk.
Yeah, don't.
I'll be here for
another 40 minutes. That's not great. That's not what this is about. It's about religion. And if this isn't about religion, it's about wrestling.
My religion is professional
That's right.
wrestling.
Yeah. No matter how many things professional wrestlers do to embarrass themselves on a weekly, daily, or hourly basis, that we're here to talk about the good side of professional wrestling, or the semi-good side of professional wrestling, and some of the drizzling shit side of wrestling.
Sure. How are you?
I'm good, man. A boring week, nothing going on.
No?
You know what I mean? Just living life.
We saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
That was sick.
There's no wrestlers in that, though. They recast the only wrestler that could have been in that, so.
That is true.
Yeah. I'm not going to give her any spoilers. I just really liked it.
I loved it. I really actually loved it. I think my ranking's different than Todd's.
Okay.
I'm going 3-1-2.
I go 3-2-1.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like 2 better than 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 3-1-2 man.
Okay. All right.
But what a fantastic movie.
I had a lot of fun with it.
If you want to go have some laughs,
if at all possible, remain spoiler free, because there's tons of shit in there that is really cool if you don't know what's going to happen. Because that's how I went in relatively spoiler free.
Yeah, same. I didn't really know much.
And I know that gets harder and harder as the days go by, and
Sure.
as Rob Liefeld and Ryan Reynolds themselves share everything.
Yeah, I get it. It's been a week now.
Yeah, but I dug it. I had fun. It's not a movie you're going to see for the plot.
No.
It's a movie you're going to go see for claws and guns.
Have some fun.
And cameos.
Have some laughter.
Yeah, right.
Have some oh fuck moments.
Right. It doesn't do nearly what I think everyone expected it to do for the Marvel Universe. I think it's just fun. And it's like all right, let's get a fond farewell to what was.
I think I saw Ryan Reynolds post a thing where he's like, people think like this is our introduction to MCU, and more this is like a farewell.
Yeah, this is like no, we're good over here. We're gonna stay over here, and we're fine.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's put a bow on it, and
exactly.
We're good.
And it is very successful at that, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, it was fucking awesome.
So if you are a fan of X-Men movie, the Sony Fox Marvel universe of the X-Men and all those other movies from that, I'm not going to mention anyone for spoilers other than X-Men because of Wolverine is in this movie. It's worth going to see.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to give any other spoilers. No. If you want spoilers, email the show. Give us a call. Hit us up on social media.
Call.
Yeah. 570-555.
I would say
WeNeedWrestling.
I'd say 825-8222, but I think that's Pizza Bella's number in Ashley.
Oh.
Call Pizza Bella. Talk to them about Deadpool and Wolverine, and then order yourself a dozen chicken wings.
Pizza Bella in Ashley and ask them to talk to the boys from We Need Wrestling.
Yeah, see what they say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure their number is 825-8222.
There you go.
What an easy number to remember.
Perfect.
Yeah, though. quiet week for me too, I guess.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Yeah,
it's
nothing
nice.
wrong with that.
It's nice. It's warm again.
Ugh.
Up here in the Northeast.
I'm ready.
I'm over it.
I'm ready.
I'm
tapping.
Right, I'm over it.
Like it's August.
Yeah.
Let's get to September.
Well, and like
Let's get to October.
Not to tell tales out of school here, but like Michelle and I, we exist on a different temperature wavelength than almost complete opposite of each other.
Yeah.
So like we have the ACs on, and then I'll wake up in the morning and they're all off because I'm asleep, and then I'll be like, why am I sleeping in a sauna?
Yeah, cool. Why am I sweating?
And then she'll be like, it's cool in here, and I'm like, it's the surface of the sun in here. And then I'll put the air conditioner on, and then she'll be under a blanket.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I hate it here. It's so cold.
That's
and I'm like, it's 76 degrees in this house.
That's what they made blankets for.
Yeah, right. Like this
you get warm.
You know, so, and we just exist on complete.
There's only one way for me to get cold.
I am I don't know how you are. I've never seen you sleep at your own house. I've seen you sleep here.
Oh.
Watched you sleep here is what I mean. But like year round, I'm like a sheet, like thin sheet guy. Sometimes in the winter, I'll do like a mid thickness like blanket. Michelle is year round down comforter.
Yeah, I can't do that. I have like this winter I bought myself like a big like Sherpa blanket.
Okay. Yeah.
And like really cold nights I'd use that. But like the summer, even with the AC pumping, I'm like I'm lucky if I use a thin sheet.
See, I have to use a thin sheet because if I don't, the monsters will get me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is a legit fear I still have.
How old are you?
I'll be 40 this year.
Okay.
I know that it's irrational. Again, it's much like my love of Ric Flair. Intellectually, I know that it's fucked up.
Sure.
But emotionally, I have no control over it. So, like, I
understand that.
I've been going 40 years without a monster grabbing my feet.
Okay.
And who's to say that's not because my feet are always under a thin blanket, a thin sheet?
Okay.
Monsters can't grab through Egyptian cotton, I'm pretty sure.
We know ghost cats can.
That's right. Ghost cats can. But yeah, so I'm always a sheet. Like, I try to sleep. Like, when I'm warm, I'm like, I can't do a blanket. And then I'll lay there and I'm like, no, I can't. I got to at least cover my feet because if I don't at least cover my feet, the monsters will grab me.
Okay.
I don't look in mirrors in the dark.
I mean, I could understand that.
I turn on lights when I enter. Like, I don't want to walk through the house in the dark. I don't know why. I'm a scarred young old man.
Scarred young old man.
I'm an old man. I'm not young.
Here you are. You're an old fuck.
I am. Not as old as some.
No.
But not nearly as young as others.
Well,
but anyway.
I guess this is growing up, DJ.
This is growing up.
It's alright to tell me what you think about me. I won't try to argue or hold it
against you.
What a fucking song.
God damn, that song's all right, let's get into wrestling because that's what the people are at least convince themselves they're here for.
Sure, you're here.
I'm here. You're here. We're here for wrestling.
All right. Well, let's wrestle.
Well, you got any news to talk about?
I don't have a single thing that I feel is worth talking about.
Okay. Well, I'm going to Google Pro Wrestling News. Hold on. Pro Wrestling News. Hey, did you hear that Shane McMahon and Tony Khan met? Did you hear that he's bringing in Shane McMahon to be an on-air personality? He's going to be on the company. He's going to really... Shane ain't showing up on these fucking shows. It's not happening. They're getting the buzz. Come on. What? I love Shane McMahon as much as the next guy. Maybe more than the next guy.
Sure.
My all-time... number one favorite WrestleMania moment is involving Shane McMahon. No bullshit.
I understand.
You all right, cuh? But that come on. He ain't. Come on. You know, he ain't having a match in AEW.
No.
I don't see them bringing him in as a personality in any way. I don't know.
Depends on how much he wants to stick it to the family.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be received well, but I'll laugh about it.
He's a fucking multimillionaire.
Right, he's fine, right? Yeah. Tony Khan doesn't need to threaten his whole roster by bringing in the most deadly striker in the history of professional wrestling, you know?
True. I said, he's always been the most accepted out of the McMahons.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Shane at all.
But at the end of the day, you're still McMahon.
He's still a McMahon, right.
It's weird.
So that's a thing. That's what pretty much everybody's fucking talking about, right? Did you see the thing about Joe Hendry's deal? Did you see what he said?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I'm contracted under TNA. I have make special appearances under WWE. I'm training at the WWE facility full time, and I get to do indies. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, WWE's just waiting for your contract to be up.
That's all.
So they can just steal you.
Yeah.
They're just doing everything they can to woo you without tampering with your goddamn contract. Yeah. They don't want to have to pay off another company for tampering with contracts.
People love the guy.
Joe, super over. Yeah. Here's the thing. If I'm Joe Hendry, I'm like, you didn't put that belt on me after the reactions I've been getting? Yep. See you later. I'll go beat you the page for it.
Now you get to go be on NXT and do rock concerts or whatever.
He said it was real bad. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I heard it was real bad.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Goldberg's talking about Tony Khan. That's always interesting.
Wonderful.
Fucking Goldberg. Who's Terrence Crawford? Do we know?
Terrence Crawford? Isn't that a football player?
I don't know. It says Terrence Crawford addresses pro wrestling future following WWE SmackDown appearances.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Terrence Crawford standing on the side of the square circle. The undefeated boxer.
Oh. Made
a thrilling appearance on an episode of SmackDown. This is from today.
Really?
Yeah, you followed a segment, saw him assist top star Cody Rhodes against rival Grayson Waller?
Brother, I have no clue. Maybe, sure. I don't know.
Okay.
That's wild. I have
cool.
no idea.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Let's see. Ooh, here's a good one. All right, I like doing these. Cody Rhodes says WWE return rekindles his love for pro wrestling. Yeah, because he's not getting fucking booed for sucking. Yeah. I'd feel better about it, too.
He's not getting booed for sucking.
All right. WWE, from Sportskeeda, this will be the end of this segment. Gunther names his Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling chops.
Okay.
I like this. You want to run down yours?
4 on Mount Rushmore?
There usually is, yes. Let me see who he said. Let me see. Where are they at? Speaking of Shaq Wrestling, 2, 3. It looks like he only names 3 here.
Okay. Because I hope he includes himself.
But they're good ones.
Alright, so my Mount Rushmore, no particular order. I'm going to go Shiozaki.
Okay.
Because his machine gun chops
are insane.
The best.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go Kenta Kobashi.
Correct.
I'll go my fat baby boy Walter.
Okay.
Not this Gunther guy. I don't know who this Gunther guy is.
I like it.
But fat baby boy Walter.
Okay.
He brought the heat.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's hard not to say Ric Flair.
Right. Rick's kind of got Mount Rushmore founding fathers. Rick's kind of get right.
I'd say Ric Flair.
Right. Yeah. It's got to be Rick. So I'm right there. I'm Kenta Kobashi, Rick. Gunther's great. I just don't know. Or Walter. Walter's great. Let's see. Who else is up on there? I mean, Tomo Ishii has great chops.
Yeah.
Him and Shibata had really great stuff together. Suzuki throws great chops.
Tenru.
Oh, yeah. Tenru with all the Tenru just for punches. But,
yeah.
But Kobashi's the right answer. Ric Flair's the right answer. Who else? Go Shiozaki is an amazing answer. Yeah. His chops they're ludicrous.
Like, everybody wants to be cute with machine gun chops.
Mm-mm. No.
This motherfucker's trying to put a hole through your chest.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think. Is there a lady that has a good chest chop? Because there's some ladies that hit hard chops now, but I don't know if there are any like superpower ones.
Not that I know of.
Yeah. I'm going to ape your answer because Gunther says Kenta Kobashi. I'll say myself. Who else? Ric Flair is very known for his chops. Not very effective though.
Yep.
Said he really spammed them a lot. And then he says, I think, you know what? And I love this man. I will put Hashimoto.
Oh, there you go.
So he didn't have the knife edge chop to the chest, but the one to the neck, I always enjoyed that. So Hashimoto also
good for him.
My list, once you said Go Shiozaki, I was like, my list doesn't fucking matter. He's so fucking good.
Goes are the best.
And he's hurt. Again.
That makes me sick.
So.
Fucking Noah.
But modern era, Gunther's got some great ones.
Oh, for sure.
But, so that's, there you go. From Sportskeeda.
Shout out
Sportskeeter. I think that's it, right? That's good enough. Do I have to go to page 3 of Pro Wrestling News?
No, you don't have to.
All right.
I do want to know, though, if you're ready for this weekend.
What's this weekend?
The Summer SummerSlam is getting closer. At the SummerSlam. And when I was in the SummerSlam with you, the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. After the SummerSlam, Mr. Perfect. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. Or in the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. The SummerSlam. Oh, the SummerSlam against The Undertaker. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam.
Are you ready for the SummerSlam?
The SummerSlam. Yes, I am.
I will be watching because my 6, almost 7-year-old nephew this week discovered how much he loves pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, fuck yeah. And he wants to watch it with me, and I said, you got it. So I'm excited. I will be watching the whole show.
All right.
So
he's
very excited. He is pumped for. He likes Rey Mysterio and LA Knight.
All right.
And LA Knight's opponent on Saturday. So
all right.
Hey, fuck it.
Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourselves.
I have a Bret Hart sounds too. If there's something good on the SummerSlam that you want to talk about next week, let me know and I'll watch some of the SummerSlam. But not all of the SummerSlam.
At the SummerSlam. I love you, Bret Hart. You're the best ever. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Did you see the Bret thing that somebody posted? I don't know where it was. Major Group maybe. Where they brought their kid to meet Bret Hart and he had drawn a picture. And so Bret drew him a picture.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's my dream.
You should do that.
I know. I don't know if it'll go over as well at 40 years old. I'm like,
Why?
Mr. Bret Hart.
You're still afraid of monsters,
That's
so
true.
why the fuck not?
I don't like what you're implying about me.
Come on, bro.
I don't appreciate it at all.
Just saying. I mean, hey, your words, not mine.
That's true.
All right, you want to get into some wrestling?
Yeah,
then?
you know what's interesting, too, about this show this week? Our own show. I have a question for us to answer later.
Oh.
Or for you to
I was
answer.
like, did you make yourself a jingle?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, well, are you ready?
Is Eddie Kingston skanking down to the ring? No, I don't know.
Eddie Kingston wouldn't skank.
That's true.
Eddie Kingston throws windmills.
That's...
I've been told that was a thing that happened.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yikes. Eddie Kingston's picking up change, brother.
I've heard that, and that Mike Santana was throwing spin kicks during God's Hate.
Nice. All right.
Makes me a happy boy.
But yeah, let's talk the wrestling.
All right.
Not the SummerSlam, but the
The
wrestling.
SummerSlam.
Where we at? Where we start? Where
I
we going?
literally have nothing from WWE.
nothing at all.
I didn't watch anything.
You didn't watch any nothing? No. I didn't really see any buzz about anything. Oh, I actually watched a little bit of Raw.
Did you watch?
Because it was on the Sci-Fi Channel this week.
Oh, yeah, so we were
Olympics.
doing a card break during it, so...
And I couldn't tell you a thing. The Wyatt Six took their masks off, and Dexter Lumis looks like he's drawn by Rob Zombie now.
Okay, I saw the still.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of that. I saw... Well, actually, no, when I turned it on, it was your buddy Phil and Drew. And I couldn't tell you a single thing they said because Seth Rollins was dressed like a fucking idiot.
I thought he was dressed like a zebra.
Yeah, he had a puffy referee shirt on.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm good here.
Seth Rollins making it all about him.
Yeah.
Who'd thunk?
And I will give CM Punk credit. He put out his top wrestlers this week. Did you see that?
No.
I put it on my Twitter. Thanks for paying attention to my social media. I love you too.
Listen, I had to put it down today.
That's fine. It wasn't today, but that's
Okay.
all right. Let me see where it is because I shared it with the Heartbreaking, the worst person you know, just made a great point.
Oh, Jesus.
And he said during ESPN First Take, he named his top 5 wrestlers of all time.
Bret Hart.
No, not on the list.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You asshole, Phil.
It was Harley Race,
Okay.
Terry Funk,
Okay.
Cold Stone Steve Austin,
Okay, that makes sense.
Eddie Guerrero,
All right.
and then he said Ricky Steamboat, but switched it to Roddy Piper.
Okay.
And I was like, all right.
I mean, that's a great top 5.
Right. It's a safe top 5,
How
but
do
it's
you
a
not
great
have
top
Bret Hart
5.
in there,
I
though?
didn't know, right. I didn't have fucking Bret Hart in there.
Yeah, I thought you loved Bret Hart, but
Right,
Phil.
right? FTR's crying somewhere. But he also said that Steve Austin's the biggest superstar the industry's ever seen, and I agree.
True. Yeah,
Absolutely
I
agree.
won't argue that.
So I think this is a good list. But who? All right, if you had to remove, I know who I would remove. If you had to remove somebody from this list to put the Hitman on it, who would you take off?
So it was
Harley, Terry.
I wouldn't remove Harley. I wouldn't remove Terry.
Austin. Guerrero or Piper? Eddie Guerrero, in case you were thinking it was Chavo or something.
Yes, it was Chavo Senior.
Yeah, it was Vicky Guerrero.
I'd remove Eddie.
Me too.
To add Hitman.
Yeah, Eddie's definitely a better wrestler than Piper, but
Piper's a god.
Yeah, so
yeah,
Eddie would.
I think didn't the anniversary of Piper's passing?
I think so. Yeah, today or yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's kismet.
Yeah,
it
it hurts to remove Eddie, but like
I love Eddie so much, but it's Bret Hart, dude.
Yeah, so
come on now. That's. I mean, either way, great top 5.
Yeah, great top 5.
I'm not going to ask you what your top 5 is right now.
Nah, that's close to that. Honestly,
I'll just say yours is very close.
Very close.
Yeah,
it's
almost like you and Phil have more in common than you think.
Yeah, neither of us are good at professional wrestling.
Okay.
Yep. So
both of you get hurt very easily.
Yeah, right,
too,
exactly.
Apparently,
we're both hurt.
Yeah,
and bad at wrestling. I too would probably fuck up a figure 4 in the ring.
Be nice to Phil,
but.
We're going to see what Phil's got on Saturday. I don't think he got much left in the tank, brother.
He's working? Like, that's his return match? Oh, shit.
Yeah, Drew's going to kill him.
But, like, he can't... Oh, it's the SummerSlam preview right here. He can't not beat the man that's been dragging him through the mud for 6 months, right?
He's going to win.
Like, he's going to get the shit kicked out of him. Like, do you think Drew's going to take it easy and not beat him up?
No.
No? All right.
Drew should be Drew.
I'll watch that match.
He 100% should be Drew.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. I'm going to watch that match for sure. The main event? No.
No, main will probably be...
because it's not for a title or anything.
Cody Solo.
Oh, boy. What's apparently Tim and Marcus's favorite fucking wrestler, Damian Priest, doing? Is he wrestling for... Is his title on the line?
Gunther.
Oh, Gunther's going to win that, right?
Yeah. I would think.
As I listened to Final Wrestling Place this week, and they both said they wanted to buy that Damian Priest action figure. And I was like, guys, I can give you scrap plastic. I get it all the time.
Guys, I could mail you poop.
Yeah, like I don't understand why you need to spend $20 when I can just give you a pile of shit that I basically make for free.
Would you just like me to mail you poop?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I asked them the other night, I was like, why the fuck does Drew McIntyre not have an Ultimate Edition figure?
Yeah, that's a good question. Come with a big ass sword. That'd be cool.
Come with that leather jacket.
Would it have to be bigger than every other? Would it have to be in a bigger box?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
it would have to be the size of Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
I like it.
Tim and Marcus, really quick too. I just came up with a really good way for you guys to both get a Damian Priest action figure and not have to be reported to the FBI. Buy them for each other so you both can say you haven't spent money on a bullshit Damian Priest action figure. That way you don't get put on a list. You don't have to notify schools in your area that you live within 300 feet if you buy them for each other.
Is that what they have poor taste? Like, is that what the list they're going to get put on?
Yeah, sure.
What else are you trying to imply there?
Just say people like Damian Priest aren't all up there.
Not on the up and up.
A couple fries short of a Happy Meal. You know what I mean?
All right,
yeah.
Sure.
They're not the sharpest crayon in the drawer. You know what I mean? They're not.
Jesus Christ.
It's all just the Pope shit in the woods, Brad. Of course he does.
He always never hasn't.
Right. Bears wear funny hats. Where are we at? What are we doing?
Do you want to talk wrestling?
Oh yeah, sure. I guess it's about time.
I guess. All right. So I'll start with Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor.
I thought you were going to say Rampage, and I was like, fuck.
No, right. We'll go Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor.
I'm down. This show was real good.
I do have a bunch of matches to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really of note from this one, but fuck yeah, Erica Lee on my television. Yeah. She's with the Outrunners, and that makes me a very happy boy.
Absolutely.
Erica fucking rules, and I hope gets signed and makes $1 million a day.
Yeah, she's gonna have to. She's gonna have to get if there's such a thing as a reverse lift. She's gonna have to wrestle like what was that the Gorp? Was that the videos with the dude would do him on his knees with the shoes? He'd do like the golfing videos and stuff.
What?
Yeah, you don't know this guy golfing with
Gorp?
Yeah, was it Gorp? So Joe's definitely yelling at me right now. Let's see, Dorf. It was Dorf.
Oh, I was like. Dwarf?
Yeah, it's Dorf.
Like Steven Dorf? Is that a guy?
No, that is a guy.
Is he an actor?
Yes, he was the villain in Blade 1.
Ah, that's right.
But Dorf on golf. It was a short by Tim Conway, who was like a comedian at the time, but he would do this, and he would be on his knees with little shoes on his feet in the 80s. Inappropriate as shit. now, but Erica being as tall as she is, that's going to be an issue. So she's.
I say put lifts in your boots.
Ooh, I like that too.
Get even taller.
Damn near 7 foot tall, Erica
Why not?
really is. I've heard.
But again, very happy to see Erica on my TV. It makes me happy. From the pay-per-view proper, the opener, the Beast Mortos.
What a week the Beast Mortos is fucking
Commander.
having. Yes.
I thought this was a perfect way to start this show.
Yeah.
And I need more
steroids.
The Beast Mortos in my life.
I mean, you got it.
ASAP.
Yeah.
I called for it last week.
You did.
I got it more this week.
Mm-hmm.
I need even more.
So this is a great opener to this show. Not just because Alex Abrahantes gets fucking Commander powerbombed onto him. But it's a great lucha showcase. It was a ton of fun. Beast Mortos is a very good lucha base without being apparently a problematic Twitter user.
Oh boy!
But this to me, and we do get a lot more Mortos. This stuff is so good, and they have so many people that can do it right now that part of your Ring of Honor should be built around this. I think this would be enough of a draw to get people to actually sit in their fucking seats to watch Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Because a lot of us that like AEW grew up with a section of a show having these lucha guys like this all over it. And you could put it on AEW too, and I wouldn't complain. I think there should be a belt that sort of, one of the belts you have, of the 90 belts you have, should become sort of a belt for these guys. The international belt would be really good because then they can go to Mexico and whatever.
Sure. And,
take it to the Super Juniors and whatever. But if you're not going to do an AEW, make your Ring of Honor shows half these guys because they're really good and people are. You don't have to know who they are, no matter how much you bitch on the internet about not knowing who they are, to enjoy the match because these guys are just doing cool shit, right? Yeah. That's how you should be watching these guys. If you don't know who they are, I don't know who. I mean, I knew he was Black Taurus, but before that, I'm not watching a ton of lucha stuff. I'm not that up on who he is. The first time we saw fucking Hechicero, we were like, "Who the fuck is this dude? Yeah. He looks cool as shit." Let me grab the tiny computer out of my pocket and look him up.
Let me grab this information highway that I carry in my hand,
right? That I'm literally on all the time and can look up any other fucking thing that happens across my path. Let me look up these guys too because they're doing cool shit
instead of taking the time to write a nonsensical Facebook comments.
But focus this on one of these shows because I think fans in arenas would react really well, and it's very easy and big to get the crowd pumped and going because it's big shit that you want to cheer for. And you have a lot of really talented guys that can do it, and you have a relationship with companies with guys who can do this kind of stuff. And it gets a little bit lost on the main show because I don't know that right now mainstream wrestling it understands lightweight wrestling in a way because it all sort of goes back, and I hate beating this dead horse, but it goes back to WWE being the only company for so long. They were but rarely successful with small guys that did flippy shit or were fast paced wrestlers. You have your Waltmans and Takamichi Nogo had a good career and all that kind of stuff. But they never had the division flourish like a WCW did. And maybe the audiences right now aren't looking for that or don't know how to process that stuff. So Ring of Honor would be a really good spot for it.
Yeah.
And maybe you drive some people into the seats before these shows. But that being said, I love this match.
Yeah,
this was a ton of fun.
Again, just a perfect opener.
Ton of fun.
This is the way you kick off a pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
Did you watch the tag title match?
I did.
Of what did we call it? I was calling them the United Kingdom.
the Undisputed
Kingdom
yeah.
of Matt Taven.
Of Lancaster.
Matt Taven and what's his nuts?
Mike Bennett.
Mike Bennett.
Yes.
Going up against Conglomeration members Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly.
What a great tag team. If I had a time machine, I would go back in time and make this Red Dragon.
Doug, get on it. So I thought this match was great.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the lame ass finish.
What was the nut shot?
Yeah. Didn't love that.
Yeah.
To me, I go,
Yeah.
It just took away from it. I get it, your heels, you cheat, I understand, but I don't know why, it just rubbed me the wrong way.
I don't love it here. I like it even less in New Japan.
Well, yeah.
But I'll say about this match, I love the reception that Ishii gets, because that's my boy. And he's just perfect and beautiful. And I love him so much.
He's perfect and beautiful.
I'm just so happy. I like that he doesn't sell when your strikes suck.
Love it. Yep.
And then like also when he's not selling your strikes, it's because he's leaning into them to lessen the impact. Because I always say, like, if you're going to be in a fight, lean into the punch, and because if before it gets full rotation, it won't be as heavy of a hit. So he does that sort of stuff. I like Kingdom being chicken shit. I love that Ishii and O'Reilly do a version of the total fucking elimination in this match.
Great.
But yeah, and then it sort of becomes a mess. You get Kyle Fletcher out, which is then a flip-flop because he's supposed to fill his spot.
Yep.
I guess Tony Khan only has 3 names written down on the list. That's all he can fucking use. And I like Kyle Fletcher. But that being said, really great stuff. A couple times had me like, oh shit, they're going to win these titles. But yeah, then the ending's ultimate. Like, all right, this is the best thing you can come up with for chicken shit heels.
That was just a lame-ass finish.
Yeah. But don't make me like Matt Taven matches. How about that?
I'll tell you what, man.
Dude, he's
in a tag team, like,
he's working hard.
And that one random match he had against Orange Cassidy on Dynamite, which was nuts.
Yeah, I'm way more softened to Taven than I am to Damian Priest's stupid ass.
Next up I had was the Texas death match between Leyla Hirsch and Diamante.
I'm going to tell you right now that this match is already criminally underrated.
I agree 100%.
That people are already like, nah, either skipped it or didn't pay attention to it or aren't like it for whatever fucking reason. This match ruled.
It's fucking crazy.
I was going crazy watching this in the house by myself. I was going fucking bananas. Something about the women's division in AEW, when you give them weapons, they just go for it.
I love it.
And it's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, you get Leyla Hirsch immediately getting thrown off the stage through tables. Yep. I mean, there's tacks. There's like tacks on the bottom of a flip-flop.
On the bottom of a chancla, buddy.
Yeah, getting pounded into Leyla Hirsch's head.
Yes.
There's barbed wire. There's tables. There's barbed wire tables. There's chairs. The fucking ladder spot at the end, Hirsch doing the moonsault off the ladder was fucking crazy. Yeah. Like, it was just fucking great. Diamante was like extra violent.
Yeah.
I loved, like, she's just bleeding everywhere.
They both bled all over.
Like, when she's rubbing the tacks into Hirsch's face, and then she goes, or no, I don't know what she was doing. Then she goes, but wait, there's more.
Yeah.
And then she busts out the chocolate.
Yep. Fantastic.
It was just, like, my one little nitpick.
Okay.
It took too long to set some of the stuff up.
So...
That's like the only negative I have.
So here's what I'll say, and I have this in my notes. So like, and you said the moonsault from the top. She was on the top of that fucking ladder. That was awesome. So there's a couple things they did in this match that I actually liked. There was the spot where Leyla was hanging Trio Woe in the corner, and Diamante set up the chairs, and she opened them a little bit. So when she drop kicked them, they closed and they made a bigger noise without making too big of an impact. The death trap. She sets up a chairs and barbed wire death trap. And it took forever. But she did duct tape Leyla Hirsch to the ropes first. That is at least better than just saying, like, just lay here until I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, it did take a long time. She could have done, like, set it up a little bit, go beat her up, set it up a little bit, whatever. I don't know the way in or out of that in a better way. It is just sort of inherently awkward. Maybe you don't do it. But I at least appreciate that they at least thought of it and was like, well, we'll just use duct tape and that'll take care of it. So at least it shows they did think of it. But yeah, it does. Those spots always take a little too long.
Yeah.
But there was a Samoan drop by Leyla to the floor through tables and barbed wire, and it was fucking gross. Yeah. So
seriously, go watch this match.
I love this match. So much fun with this match. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, couldn't believe it.
And in the past, like before Layla's injury, like I think Leyla was starting to catch on. I like her as a wrestler. She's tiny. She throws good throws. She's mean. Diamante, we haven't ever really been a fan of.
No.
But she's been there forever. Like since the fucking beginning. Remember, what the fuck was her tag partner that like had all this problem with Thunder Rosa? Ivelisse.
Yes.
But this was awesome. This, for real, underrated. Go watch this. It was a ton of fucking fun.
I would go watch it right now.
Ton of fun.
Next thing I have is for the ROH Pure title.
Yes, me too.
Lee Moriarty versus Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
I thought this was an actual good, pure match.
It was.
Because these matches are very awkward and kill crowds. I thought their grappling was tremendous. Mm-hmm. The counters out of everything was great.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty gets the win. Loved the finish. The finish was so fucking good.
It's one of the first...
He kind of has that weird roll up and hooks his foot under the rope. Awesome. It was so good.
Because it's one of the first pure... Not one of the first, but one of like the more recent pure wrestling title matches where both guys were aware of the rules and used the rules as part of their offense.
Yeah.
You don't. A lot of guys are just like, well, I have no more rope breaks, so I can't get near the ropes.
Or they just try to avoid at the whole match.
Right.
These guys were, fuck it, we're going to use it.
They both get warned for, like, they put, it is like the full match equivalent of Danielson's I have till 5, right? They both get warned for closed fists.
That's perfect.
Because they can both get warned once. They know they can do that.
Yeah,
they both use all their fucking rope breaks.
Yep.
You know, Moriarty's an underrated guy. We've said weeks ago, about like how much I like him, but he needs this Ring of Honor to polish.
Absolutely.
You know, this is the right spot for him because he needs that polish. They were putting him on TV with Shane Taylor and all that. Ugh. And I like Moriarty. I'd like to see him on the indies. And he's super talented, but he needs to put more pieces together because he's young. So this is the great spot for him.
I agree.
I think they want you to back on regular TV a little more.
I agree as well.
So this is a really good spot for Moriarty. But like you said with this finish, Wheeler has the pin and they have no rope breaks. So Wheeler puts Moriarty in a submission near the ropes. But Moriarty, being smart in this match, knows the fucking rules.
Yep.
And because Wheeler's out of rope breaks too, rolls him up and pins him and uses the ropes as leverage because he knows that there's nothing that he can do about it.
Yeah.
And it's so smart and so well done. And, like, again, just a thing where you could tell two people really thought about the things that were going to happen in their match.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
they had a lot of good chemistry.
And with a pure title, like, when they're complete opposite fucking matches. But with a plunder match, you got to figure out how I'm going to work all this shit in and make it work and whatever. And with a pure title match, you got to figure this shit out, too, because I'm not saying you can't call it on the spot, but it's a little bit harder. You got to... Yeah. There's more things intricacies you got to work in the shit. So this was also really good.
Very daring for them to put this pure match right after the Texas
I texted you after it was over, and I was like, what are they doing?
Very daring.
And they did. They pulled it off, right? Have the confidence in your fucking wrestlers when I don't. I like it.
Yep. For the ROH Women's Championship.
Yes, I skipped a whole bunch to get to this.
There was only 2 matches.
Was it 2?
Okay. Yeah. The champion, Athena, the challenger, Queen Aminata.
Yes.
Athena retains.
Yeah.
I cannot believe her run.
A god run. 600 plus days.
It's just, it's unbelievable the run that she's actually had.
Yep. Sorry, goddess run, I guess.
Yeah. And Queen Aminata, probably one of the best, like, I don't know if you want to say prospects, but one of the best prospects in wrestling today.
When she showed up, she made such an immediate impact on their TV.
Yeah.
She had that match with Thunder Rosa, which, because like she's a Thunder Rosa kid, I guess, or whatever. And we're like, wait, was this lady? And like, she got the look. She's like, her and Red Velvet are a team, so they're moving her away from like the royalty thing, like the crown and cape. And like, when she came out on the ramp and she dropped her like the jacket cape, I was like, what is happening? And then she just lays her fucking shit in. I
love that she lays her shit
in. And against Athena, it's fucking crazy. You got to lay your shit in. I did watch Red Velvet Billy Starks. I had it on the background, and Red Velvet did win that title, so good for her. Well, whatever, it just wasn't very good. But
stir it up, brother.
But this shows that like Aminata, who's relatively new, Red Velvet has been there from the beginning. Who's making the bigger impact? Who's in the bigger spot on this show? And this is really fucking hard hitting. Aminata has a couple tiny little hiccups. Like her youth was showing. Like she definitely sort of like not got lost, but like a little stutter step, little hesitations, and it happens to everybody. But it's clear, you know, she's fucking young. But she's great for the time she has in the wrestling. And then the fucking pile driver on the stairs,
gross,
so gross. Like this match was also very fucking good. The women on this fucking show, not you, Red Velvet and Billy Starks, tore it the fuck up.
I agree, man.
This Aminata's so much fun to watch. We all know Athena's fucking great.
Who's gonna beat Athena?
Who's
left?
We said this like 2-3 weeks ago. Who's left? And I couldn't tell you. If I thought they probably could have done it to Aminata here because she's look so good and lays her shit in so much. But I don't know.
I just think like with Ring of Honor, it's just such like a holding pattern.
Yes.
Where nobody pays attention to their weekly TV.
Right.
And then you get to these pay-per-views and they're fucking banger shows.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's just the week to week, nobody cares. So, like, outside of a match here and there, we'll catch. But
and they don't, Mark Briscoe's not in Ring of Honor because he's on AEW. It's just, it's a whole big issue.
They did the same thing when Eddie was the champ. Same exact thing. So.
I understand the reasoning, but it's flawed. But yeah, I don't know who beats Athena at this point.
No idea.
We've said forever, like, we want her on the main roster. But like if you put her to regular AEW, I don't want her to lose to anybody.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you have the problem of her dropping out.
And like I don't want that. Like if she's got a 600 plus day run of Ring of Honor champion, that she should be fast tracked to a fucking belt in AEW. Yeah. It's just what it is. Like there's nobody on that roster that can do that. There's nobody on AEW's roster in the women's division. I like a lot of these fucking wrestlers. I don't know that there's any other woman on that roster that could go to Ring of Honor and have a believable 600-day fucking run. Nope. Not Willow, not Statlander, not Mercedes. None of them. No. I don't believe it, but Athena's fucking killing it. So to put her in regular AEW and then have her lose to like fucking Mercedes Moné, I'm like,
nope. In like 7 minutes, I would throw up everywhere.
So, whatever.
Main event for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title.
Yes.
Mark Briscoe versus Roderick Strong.
Yes.
This felt like such, and I know the players involved, but
yeah,
it felt like such like a 2005 Ring of Honor main event.
History, baby.
Like you could have taken this match and placed it in the fucking Hammerstein Ballroom or the Manhattan Center or whatever, and I would have said, "Yep,
yeah,
this is when it happened." Timeless.
Yeah,
the shit with these two is fucking timeless. I loved it. Mark Briscoe is a madman.
Brother, that gusher that he hits.
Oh, it's so perfect. And I will say, over the last, like, however many years, Roderick Strong might be one of the most underappreciated wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he delivers, man, every fucking time.
Yes, absolutely.
Whether he was in Ring of Honor or when he was in Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
The Diamond Mine shit that he did. Everything he's done at AEW has been fucking awesome.
Like, you mean with Hachiman?
I hate you so much. We don't bring that up.
All right. I will say my favorite thing in this match, other than
just
Briscoe,
call him Hideki Suzuki. That's all you had to fucking do. Fucking Vince and Brucey with their, we're gonna make NXT 2.0 new, and we're gonna make Saraya a fucking wizard girl. Cool.
Briscoe's blood is the number one thing. The number two thing is when Roddy has the balls to do a J Driller, and
Crazy.
Mark kicked out before the one.
Oh my god, it was so great, dude.
Just fire me up. And also, whoever had on their 2024 bingo card, Tomohiro Ishii helps Mark Briscoe retain the Ring of Honor World Title over Roderick Strong
by slowly sauntering down the ramp.
You're Nostradamus, and you need to be kidnapped and studied.
Yeah, I love even when Ishii was in the ring afterwards, helping him celebrate. He wasn't pumped. He just gave him the little pat. And good job. That's it.
That's all he needs to do.
God, I fucking love
a lot of people this week giving respect to Ishii and Shibata again, which is nice.
Yeah, they fucking should. Always. But for real, dude, this show was great.
Yeah.
For like however many matches, and I only skipped 2.
Right.
This match, it was fucking
quality
great.
pay-per-view, and they always are.
And they're doing it the right way. If you have that subscription to Honor Club, it's free.
Yep.
This is what you should do.
Absolutely.
God,
$10 a month for a weekly show and pay-per-views.
I gotta sneeze. I think I have to sneeze. Hold on.
Here,
sneeze?
I don't know. I'll mute you though. I mean, you'll hear me over here, but because you never do just one. You're muted.
I'm gone.
You're gone. You're good. All right, now you're unmuted.
No, I'm good.
Yes,
I agree, dude.
It's a good deal.
The show's fucking great.
I don't watch the weekly shows, but they're there.
No, I don't watch them either.
I watch the papes.
Dude, and that's well worth the price.
Absolutely.
It's good
I'll
shit.
give you $10 for that Leyla Hirsch Diamante match any day of the week.
Real, dude.
The fact that you gave me like 5 other ones that I really liked.
Hell of a show. And it was at that esports arena.
Yeah.
Which, more on that later.
There's like 4 matches on this card alone that are match of the week contenders. Like, that's how good this fucking show was.
One of them is my match of the week.
Oh.
So, AEW.
AEW.
From Rampage, all I had was the Rampage Rumble.
Fly through this shit.
And Darby winning.
Yes.
Good for Darby. He's going to get a world title shot. I think at Grand Slam.
Okay. Grand Slammiversary.
Oh, happy Slammiversary, baby.
I like the Daddy Magic entering from commentary.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute. It's done before, but I like Daddy Magic, so whatever you do with him, I like, although I didn't watch his interview with Renee, nor did I watch the Outrunners on AEW yet.
Me neither.
But I gotta watch them. But Brody and Butcher teaming up to kill everyone and then just beating each other up
Warmed my heart.
I was like, oh, it's like a little hardcore team. It's I was like, oh, it's the hardcore connection.
Yeah.
And then they beat each other up, and I'm like, well, this is the Mega Powers exploding. This is what I wanted.
Yes.
So
you had the Mega Powers for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, the hardcore Mega Powers. Yeah. But Jarrett looks really good. Has the crowd behind him too, which is crazy.
And then this was in Nashville.
Yeah, and then they further the Hanger thing with him, which is insane. It's going to be Hanger versus Jarrett at Wembley, crazy.
You would think, right?
Craziness.
Yeah, good for Darby.
So, and when Claudio throws Darby all the way across both rings, that was really cool. This was fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun little crazy thing.
I like when they do this. It's like what, once a year?
Yeah,
because it takes up like 45 minutes of the program.
Yeah,
because I didn't watch anything else from the show.
So the main event I didn't bother with, although the Outrunners were on it. Too many people I don't want to see. Yeah. Private party.
Nope. I'm good.
And we got a couple squish matches. Archer, we see Lance Archer for his tune-up for his match against Ospreay, and his belly's looking fantastic.
Good for him.
And also, Saraya does an interview backstage and calls herself the unproblematic icon. And I just want to say that I know what you're doing, and I don't fucking appreciate it, you talentless hack.
God damn
That's
it.
all.
Oh, God damn it.
So...
all right, Collision.
Yeah, we're a couple colliders. Let's fucking go.
So, this show honestly didn't have a ton that I liked.
No, it's Collision. They barely do anything anybody likes.
I loved the conglomeration promo.
Yeah.
It was the highlight of my evening where, Willow comes in and she talks about she's going to beat Statlander, and then Mark Briscoe is holding the ROH title.
Yeah.
And he says to Kyle, "Hold my baby." Mm-hmm. And Kyle O'Reilly takes the title and he starts tossing it in the air.
And then he's rocking it.
It's a child. It's so stupid, but it made me laugh so hard. The whole time Ishii's just standing there pissed off. And then Mark Briscoe brings in Lil Jay.
His actual child.
Literal son named Jay Briscoe. And it's just so much fun. This group is so fun.
Yeah. He goes, last week it was Big Tom, and this week it's Little Jay. Yeah,
I need a showdown between Big Tom and Little Jay.
Absolutely.
I need him to go hand Little Jay to Tomohiro Ishii to see Ishii's reaction.
Yes.
What if Ishii just stares at him?
Tomohiro needs to get Little Jay a little tiny baby weight belt.
Oh, it'd be so cool.
To wear.
My dream right now, this is what I need. I need them to be walking into an arena, or not even walking Mark out to the ring, just walking backstage. Mm-hmm. And I need Kyle O'Reilly to have a baby holder for the ROH belt, and I need Ishii to have a baby holder for Lil Jay. Okay, it would be the coolest shit ever.
I'm into it.
Oh, I'd love it so much.
It's the match, Johnny TV versus Orange Cassidy.
I'm good.
It's good. It was good, right?
Yep,
but it's because Orange Cassidy's that good. I don't understand why AEW continues to use fucking Johnny TV. It's insane to me. But at least he's not winning matches. But I will say that Juice Robinson cuts a promo after that match and calls Mother Wayne a conniving hellcat.
All right, Juice, I love you.
And that's hilarious to me.
I love you, bud.
But yeah, we, let's see where we're at. Oh, so we get Beast Mortos versus Hologram.
Yeah.
The hologram experiment continues.
Yeah, Hologram feels like an actual superstar here.
Yeah.
The crowd is so into everything he does.
Yeah.
Match I thought was really good.
Right. I think it's an upgrade in opponents. Both in ring and in Twitter capabilities. Mortos is looking fucking insane on TV right now.
Yeah, I even put here Mortos continues to shine on television.
He looks great. Looks good in the loss here. He was supposed to keep holding on to Hologram or catch him on the dive, but it was too much momentum. It looked cool. Yeah. But he went, okay. Yeah. But again, it's not like a you fucked up. It was just like a but it was really good. Hologram looks good. I still stick by like
man.
Like there's a bunch of people that can do these same things, but the crowd's behind holograms, so you can't really.
Who am I to say?
Right, I can't complain. He's entertaining me and he looks good. So the Tony Khan's pet project, at least right now, while he's wrestled 2 bases. I'm assuming Claudio's going to be eventually.
You would think.
We'll see what happens. Like, what the real test for hologram is, put him in there against the guy that does what he does, and put him in there against Phoenix or Commander, and let them go fucking bananas, like against each other doing flippy shit, and see how that comes off. Yeah. But Mortos, you're getting the Mortos rub a little bit.
I love the Beast Mortos.
Yes.
I don't have anything else from Collision.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Let me see.
I didn't think it was a great show.
No, so Ishii they did the big tag match, and Ishii and Kyle do a total elimination again, which makes me, it's like a variant, but it makes me happy. And then Ishii kills Mark Sterling.
Oh, that's good.
So that's a thing. Jericho talked. Oh man, yeah. So here's the thing for me again. I have nothing about this match, but we had FTR versus MXM.
Yeah, it was cute.
Did you know that the one MXM guy was a giant?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Mason Madden is his name.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was he was
so
Mace? He was Mace in like Retribution or whatever that was called.
He used to be an announcer. He started on TV as an announcer.
Oh, really? He was like a football player too, I guess, or something.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's a big anime nerd too.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, you should go to Comics in the Green this Friday.
Just go there every day.
Well, that's true too. Let me see where he's at here. He played football. He's a big dude. He's 33. I didn't know that either. 6'8", it says here.
He's a big boy.
And he wrestled or played football for the Texans, the Jags, and the Patriots.
Oh, there you go.
Mostly, he was on the regular team for the Texans. The other 2 was off-season and/or practice squad.
Yeah.
It's in 2015. He was a 3rd-round pick coming out of school in 2013 out of North Carolina. That's a big dude. Yeah, I had no idea because I didn't pay attention to them when they were in WWE, and I just saw him and I was like, that dude's huge.
Oh, you didn't like the Maximum Male Models?
Well, I liked him when they had a certain person with them.
Okay.
But yeah, I had no idea he was that fucking big.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
We got the Acclaimed promo that I think Bowen steals again.
Yep.
Which I want to continue to bring up because Caster is doing this "I'm the best wrestler in the world" shtick. And then Bowens just steals his thunder.
Yeah, Bowens rules
in a very natural way
Bowens
every
is
time.
So fucking good.
Which is really interesting. And the singles match, Pac versus Leo Rush. It's fine. These guys know what they're doing.
That was all right.
But the thing to bring up is that they did in fact mention Pac winning a 4-way for a title shot. But they say it is a future title shot, undetermined down the line. For what is right now called the American title.
Cool.
So that was supposed to be Pac at Wembley.
This was him, Ospreay.
It's very weird to me that they seemingly think that MJF Ospreay 2 is going to be better at Wembley.
I mean, it's a bigger draw.
It's a bigger match. It's a bigger draw.
Absolutely.
And that hour-long match was fucking killer.
It sure was. Yeah.
But don't. I'm hoping that if Will wins that title back at Wembley, which he probably will, maybe not, I want my Pac Ospreay match. Goddamn it!
Yeah, I agree.
Do not rob me of that.
No, they better.
I've never had the belief that Pac would ever win that match, at least not this year or next year in AEW. But give me that match.
I agree.
Give me what I want.
I agree.
That's it, though. That was a Collision. It is exactly what Collision has been.
Yeah, it just exists right now.
It is middle to fine most weeks.
Yeah. I did watch a match for Battle of the Belts after this.
I forgot the DVR.
I watched the whole thing, but it was just one of those.
You're a cuckoo bird.
Yeah. Toni Storm had a fun promo after her match.
Who'd she wrestle? Robert Renegade?
No, Taya Valkyrie.
Well, all right.
Where
601.
It's in black and white, and she's saying, Mariah, when you had me down on my knees, screaming your name, bleeding everywhere, you made one crucial mistake. And she stands up and she starts screaming, you should have cut my bloody head off.
Oh, all right. Did she have the big crazy eyebrows?
Yep. She looks insane.
Yeah, she's great. And she's the babyface. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Other than that, the only thing to note was the ROH 6-man titles are a thing again.
Yes.
And they're officially held by Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Which,
I'm fine with that.
Cool, man. Perfect spot for it. You're doing a little residency in Texas right now.
Yeah.
Let the kids come out. Let them enjoy Ring of Honor.
Right.
Let them get behind the Von Erichs.
You know, it's about time Kevin Von Erich got a little bit of joy in his life.
Yeah, for real.
You know, that man, I did see online, the clip of them, like, winning and him rolling in the ring with the belts and the kids saying, like, we've always told our dad we're going to give him belts. And if you aren't happy at Kevin Von Erich being happy, you're heartless.
Yep, I agree.
That man deserves to be happy.
He sure does, man.
He deserves to be shoeless and
happy.
And giving people the claw. And also, by extension, if Kevin Von Erich is happy, then Katsuyori Shibata is happy.
Katsuyori Von Erich shows up again,
right.
and it makes me a happy boy.
So if he's happy, we're all happy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Von Erichs, they're not very good. They're young, not even, but they're like, youngish to the business, I guess, whatever. Not great.
They're passable as a 6-man.
Right. And the thing is that so are most of the original brothers. So, it's kind of a reason.
Wow.
But, yeah. Wow. Good for them. Wow. And good for Dustin. Well, this is kind of like none of them ever else got really signed. Wow. Like, the ones were Chris and Jimmy and Joseph.
Yeah, Jimmy Von Erich. Jimmy Jam Von Erich. That's what we're talking about.
Like Carrie obviously had a certain it factor.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin was talented to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But, the ones...
What about David?
I mean, David, by all accounts, was the best. They say he was the best, but I guess that got cut a little short before he was really got the chance to have his opportunity. But, whatever.
How dare you? All right, Dynamite.
Just saying that without the Freebirds, the Von Erichs would be a little bit lesser of a name.
I mean, I'm not going to argue that.
So, Dynamite.
Yes.
Sometimes Jimmy Jam came along.
You're no Freebird.
Brucey sings that on his fucking stupid podcast too. And then but afterwards he goes, go to YouTube and look up Freebird Road by Michael Hayes.
It's a fucking great video. You should go do it right now.
Freebird Road. Sometimes Jimmy Jam came along. A fucking disaster. I love that band.
He's wonderful.
Is he the most problematic person that I love in wrestling?
Probably.
Right? Michael Hayes.
Yeah.
Really problematic. That's
sure,
Mark Henry.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Did you see, speaking of that, I don't want to steal Tim's thunder from Final Wrestling Place and throw this whole podcast off the fucking course here. But did you see Mark Henry on the clip for him on Taker's podcast?
Yeah, that was a little bit ago.
Was it where he was like, they were like, what happened? He's like, I threatened to kill Shawn Michaels. And, and he laughs. He goes, I meant it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The whole clique, he's like, I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Should have.
Sometimes Jimmy Jam came along.
All right, Dynamite.
Yes.
MJF cuts a shitty promo.
Dude, it sucked.
Again. Will Ospreay comes out, runs him off again.
He calls Will Ospreay a redcoat. I'm like, we're rehashing the Revolution here? I don't understand.
I think it's a misstep for them to be doing like an America angle in the South.
Yeah.
With your heel guy as the America champion.
And he's like, but he's like
foreigners sticking up for America.
Right. And he's like, the South sucks. You're all on meth. Blah, 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 blah. And then Max bails. It's just like, this stinks again. Like, can Max please figure this shit out? Because it's not going to play well anywhere. Like, outside of the South, like he's getting booed now, I think, just because he gets booed. But
who's even getting booed?
Right. But how is this going to work? If you run in fucking California and your heel comes, it's just not going to work. It's just stupid.
Even like Ospreay, when he's cut his promo, the crowd starts chanting USA.
It's very
not in support of him.
It's very weird that MJF decided that now he's going to be the shit heel who's also all American.
I don't understand.
Like, it's again, he's just like, I have 7 ideas, I'm going to do them all at once.
Yeah. Which leads to Lance Archer coming out.
Yeah.
So we get Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer.
Yes, we do.
Archer hits like the biggest choke slam I've ever seen on somebody.
Yeah.
Match was all right, I thought.
I liked it. It was what I expected.
Yeah.
When Archer is a talented dude, and like he's willing to be a big man that does stupid stuff. Like he takes that Spanish fly.
Archer gets himself over, man.
Yeah,
There's no
sure.
doubt.
For sure.
He's really, really good.
He kicks out at 1 off the hidden blade,
which was awesome.
because it wasn't a full hidden blade because he was still standing. Yeah, I like Archer no matter how much not that much taller he is than me.
That is true.
But I like this match. I like Archer. I was excited for it. He gave the show a little retweet this week.
Oh, did he?
Archer did.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Lance Archer. Right. And then Max is going to use the diamond ring now too again.
And then Kyle Fletcher runs out and chases.
So they
Max
did say
off.
It was supposed to be somebody else. We don't know who.
But then say who?
Yeah. And they said he's like, it was a availability thing. I'm like, was it supposed to be Ricochet? Is this how we meet Ricochet? I don't understand. I get like what they tried to do where Fletcher was like, that's my best friend. You may not be in the Callis family, but I'm not going to let my best friend hang, which is fine.
Smart. It's very logical.
You just now have to stick to that.
Yeah.
And Fletcher also so many new tattoos.
Just fuck it, man. Go for it.
Right, I get it. I want more now.
Yeah, get tattooed on your off days, man.
Absolutely.
I support it.
But just make sure you're taking care of them because the ring is going to be really gnarly to fucking tattoos. So
I think I like this little promo where he's, this country gave me my dream girl. Yeah. And when that happened, I heard glass shatter. Yeah. And Adam yell, "Fuck!"
Right.
But yeah, Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm fine with Kyle Fletcher MJF. Yeah. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it'll be really good. Right.
Chris Statlander versus Willow.
You don't want to talk about Chris Jericho's cake?
Nope.
Yeah,
I don't.
Do I ask the question that I have here? Because Jericho thinks he's the answer to my question, but he's not. Now we'll get through the show. Stat versus Willow.
Yeah. So again, this is something where they have a solid match.
They do.
I think it might have been last night in the Discord, though. Kevin Marshall says, and I kind of agree with him because this is an eliminator match for the CMLL Women's Championship. Yep. I'm kind of good on this right now.
Yeah.
They've wrestled a lot.
They have.
Don't really need to see it for a while.
So
I'm guessing this match is going to take place either the rematch at Wembley,
right,
or maybe down in Arena Mexico. I don't know.
Down in Arena Mexico would be a good idea.
But I'm kind of like, okay,
yeah. So
we've seen it. There's nothing new.
What they could have done here, and again, they do these eliminator matches and they're stupid. At least somebody won one, finally. Right. But if they had a roster that seemed cohesive in AEW in any way, they would have been able to make this a tag match and do the exact same shit with it. You could have kept Willow and Stat apart for most of the tag match. You could have had two other people, a babyface and a heel, fighting it out. Willow mixes up with the other heel. Stat mixes it up with the other babyface. And then Willow eats the pin from the cheat. And then afterwards, Willow can say, "Oh, you want to cheat to beat me? How about you wrestle me for this fucking title and see if you beat me then?" Instead, they're just like, "Well, we'll have a singles match here, and then a singles match here, and then 2 weeks from now, we're going to have another singles match." Yep. And it's just like, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But their roster does not, especially their women's roster, does not seem really cohesive at all.
Yeah, stop spamming this.
Yeah. Like, it works. They're good matches. But, eventually people are like, all right, I've seen this enough. So mix it up a little bit. That's what tag matches are for. You can do all kinds of shit like that. And they don't. And it's so weird
and that's kind of where I'm at right now with it. Like, I love both of them. I think they're both amazing, but all right, we've seen it how many times now? Right. Let's try something different.
Correct.
I did love Stokely getting lifted off the apron like a child, though. Mm-hmm. That made me very happy.
Stat beats up security, which is nice. Yeah. But
Bryan Danielson.
As we record this, his contract is up.
That's the rumor. Bryan Danielson comes out, cuts his promo, talks about being present in these moments.
I heard he was going to WWE.
That's whatever. I would actually throw up if that happened at this point in my life, because they won't let him do what he does now.
No.
But Danielson, talks about being present in the moment and reveals this is the last day for his contract and talks about slowing down, not being full time anymore as of October. Mm-hmm. But says I'm gonna win this title at All In. It's the one thing I haven't done while I've been here is become the AEW champion.
He hasn't held a title, right?
No. Hasn't held a single title. That's Bryan Danielson. He doesn't fucking want to win championships,
Right, and neither did Sting, but Sting also needed to learn the lesson of being held down and said, "You motherfucker.
I agree.
You're winning a fucking title. because you're goddamn Sting.
Most productive thing the Bucks have ever done.
Right.
I mean, so out comes Swerve.
Yeah.
And I thought Swerve's promo was really good here.
It's great.
Because it shows that not just cool, relaxed guy.
Yeah.
It shows my favorite version of Swerve where, that man is the devil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Like, he's a walking demon.
Yes.
Where he just kind of pulls Bryan close, where Bryan says, like, I promise that I'm going to, win this title and stuff. And when he shakes his hand and he pulls him in, he goes, don't promise them that. Promise your family that. Like, stick to your word.
Yeah.
Oh, because Danielson says, he goes, if I don't win, I'm done.
I won't
retire.
wrestle. Yeah. Right.
Which,
Yeah. So Michelle heard this part and she was asking, she's like, what's this about? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, the thing about Bryan Danielson that I try to get across to people that maybe don't know wrestling, like when Michelle asks questions or if you have questions about like who's this and that in the history of professional wrestling. And I say, Bryan Danielson is probably the only guy that you will get majority agreement on the soon-to-be-named network for being the best in-ring performer in the history of the business.
Yeah, I agree.
I said the only guy that even puts up an argument against him is Hitman.
Yeah.
In-ring. Danielson is arguably the greatest in-ring professional wrestler ever.
I agree.
And I was saying to them, she's like, people would like, I'm like, Brett would back me up, Joe would back me up. I'm like, Marcus would be iffy.
Yeah.
But like, Danielson is that fucking good. And we know he's not fully retiring. We know he's going part-time. So, he's winning this title.
Oh, he has to.
So I think this is, and he said for a long time, I don't want to win this title. I think Tony Khan sits him down and says, listen, pal, you are the best, you're the best wrestler of, at least, inarguably, the best wrestler of the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And you're going to win this title so it's on your fucking resume because you deserve it. And then you're going to have a killer fucking blow-off match with Swerve to win it back in fucking Portland or wherever the hell they're from.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that seems to be the way they're going.
So I had a thought with that. I think Danielson wins.
Yeah.
I would almost I think Danielson Darby at Grand Slam, which is like the week after they're in Wilkes-Barre.
Oh.
I think that is going to be killer.
Okay.
I kind of want, because I think a couple weeks after that is Wrestle Dream in Washington.
Yeah.
I would love that main event, a triple threat of Danielson, Swerve, Darby.
Okay.
I think that would be amazing.
All right.
And at that point, I think I'd put the belt on Darby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where does Hangman factor into all that, though?
Hangman's not a part of it now.
I mean, Hangman and Swerve are perennial enemies.
Hangman could cost Swerve the belt there.
Right, that could happen.
And then you could set it up for that.
Right.
If they still do that World's End pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Set it up there, let him do a death match, whatever. But I think Darby pinning Danielson would be like such a wild moment of like...
And you get at least one pillar out of the four you said it was going to be to actually fulfill the destiny.
Well, MJF had the belt.
MJF had the belt, but
yeah. He had it a long time.
Yeah.
But...
He's just not as good as Darby.
No, I just think, like, give Darby the belt. Doesn't need to be a long run at all. He can lose it Revolution in March.
Yeah.
You know? I'm already fucking booking 6 months out, brother. He can lose it there to whoever, you know? But to kind of say, like, hey, thank you for what you do for this company.
Yeah.
Day in, day out, like, you wrestle like an insane person and you're still here.
Okay.
And I think it'd be nice Danielson putting over like one of the, I hate saying like AEW originals or whatever, but putting over that, give him that stamp, you know? I don't know though. I'm excited for it either way.
I like that as an idea. I hadn't thought of that, but I don't know that I'm ready for Swerve to not be champion yet. I don't know if I'll ever be ready for Swerve to not be champion. And I know those tough decisions need to be made. But I am comfortable with Dragon winning it and Swerve winning it back. But I also think that if Swerve and Hanger are gonna meet again, one of them has to have the title when they do it.
Yeah, I mean,
but I
wouldn't
don't know.
be opposed to that.
It's nice to have options, and right now AEW seems to have them.
You have your options.
So.
And that Wrestle Dream show, I think, would be a nice little love letter to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
You have 3 guys who are from Washington.
Yeah.
Let the main event the show.
Oh, is Darby from there too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let the main event.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know Darby was from there. All right.
Let the main event. Let Danielson go out on his back, because I'm sure he does want to,
Right.
And give Darby that big crowning achievement.
Yes.
And then fill in the pieces there.
Okay.
So, Danielson walks backstage. Jeff Jarrett comes walking up, was like, "That's right. That's what I talk about when I say go all in."
Yeah.
And Jarrett, Danielson smacks Jarrett's hat out of his hand. And says, "You want to talk about me going all in?
Yeah.
All right, you and me next week.
Right.
Dynamite." At that point, I heard this shriek in my neighborhood. It sounded like
it's a different kind of shriek than the one that came from Adam's neighborhood.
Yeah, it sounded like a banshee. I just was in shock. Joe. This is a Joe offer match.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good for Joe. This is a match for Joe.
It is. It's just TK finally got that packet.
Yeah. I need Joe to go live on Instagram while watching this match. Or live on Facebook.
Yes.
Whatever he would like to go. Do something live, Joe.
Yes.
All right.
From the waist up, though, for safety purposes.
No, you know what? From the waist down.
Okay.
I hope he's wearing the...
People aren't ready for that.
I hope he's wearing the Sherry Martel outfit from SummerSlam 92.
Only reversed.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. He's wearing underwear with the dick holes in them.
That's right.
What's next? Multi-Man, Mortos, Roddy, and Rouge.
Yeah, you get your Mortos.
What a banger of a team that is.
Wild team.
It's the conglomeration.
Yes.
This was fun as fuck.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. It's like we've said for a while when they started doing these, do these more. They're perfectly fun TV matches. You can work a couple angles at once in them, and you can rock and roll.
Yeah.
So
it was a ton of fun, and Beast Mortos gets the win.
Right.
Baby.
Pins Briscoe.
I said immediately, okay, there's your ROH title match.
Yeah, right.
And I think Joe said that'd be fun at Wembley.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
damn right it would.
Absolutely,
fucking crazy
over
at Wembley.
crazy
Let
cool.
them go nuts.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah,
Mortos
again he drops OC on the Deja Vu.
I wonder if Mortos should win this belt.
I mean, it'd look cool to have him as Ring of Honor champion,
and then let Briscoe kind of But it's like one of those things where I wonder, should Briscoe ever not be around ROH?
Right.
You know?
Right. He's like one of the last connections. That's why I thought maybe Roddy was going to win it, because Roddy has that connection, and then because you can use Briscoe more. Because Roddy is still twisting in the wind a little bit. Because who knows what the Undisputed Kingdom is meant. They're in a permanent holding pattern until Cole gets back. But that's seemingly not happening.
Poor Adam.
Not ever going to happen, especially not when the stuff now came. Is he?
Who knows what's what?
Does he want to be? Will he be welcomed? Is it drama? Who knows? And if that's the case, that affects Roddy and them pretty substantially. The Cole MJF stuff is never going to get run back.
It's done.
So Roddy is great, but it just, what do you do with them if there's no Adam Cole?
Yeah. I thought after the little Mariah May interview, that Toni Storm should have bladed on the ramp.
Just cut herself.
Why shouldn't she have?
She looked insane.
She should have taken that fucking heel and just had the little razor tip, you know?
That would have been cool as shit.
And just fucking bled everywhere.
Yeah.
It would have been cool as fuck.
Yeah.
She would, in black and white. You didn't have to put in color, just put it black and white.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Have her bleed. Oh, shit.
You're right.
What do you think about the brick shithouse Camille squashing this poor child?
So, this is a Final Wrestling Place thing, but they tried to float the hot Gilbert about her, and I was like, and I told him this that doesn't work, because
doesn't work for you, brother.
It doesn't work because listen, Camille does nothing for me. Nah, I don't care. I've seen her wrestle before. She's fine.
Oh, I thought. Never mind.
Oh, she's a good-looking lady for sure. But Goldberg to Gilbert is a very obvious step down. And while Jade to Camille is a step down in looks wise, it is a step up ring wise. So it doesn't quite work. But Camille is fine. She squashes some lady, and that's the end of that. Mercedes Moné has Mercedes Incorporated, Money Incorporated. No, that's not it. The Money Corporation.
I don't know.
Yeah,
the $1 Million Corporation.
She calls it. No, it's called the Money Corporation.
Yeah,
and that's her group. So, But she's announced for Capital Collision, so you get to do that. We haven't bought tickets yet, but you can do that dance live to her.
I can't wait.
I know. I hope you get put up on the big screen on the Kiss Cam for it.
I'm just going to be screaming for her.
But yeah, it's whatever. Camille's fine.
Yeah.
Mercedes needs a heater. So
A perfect place for it.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Why this company has yet to sign, figure out, or debut Megan Bayne, I'll never fucking understand. Because
that drives me insane.
She is maybe the only person that would be an upgrade from Jade in a big way. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. She's just out there fucking. She leaves Japan to come over here to work Joey Janela. Like that's.
I think they're dating.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Joey Janela's
he's got the Riz, as the kids say.
Well, you're like Enzo. He was dating Liv Morgan.
Was he really? Recently?
No, not recently, but.
What the fuck is going on?
So during the card break on Monday, my brother-in-law, he was like running polls about matches on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Rhea or Liv?
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, man, Liv, she's great.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking, being a gross right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but Rhea,
yeah.
See, Rhea does nothing for me at all.
Okay.
And a certain person who was watching the card break may have texted me and just said, some of us maybe want to get kicked in the face, and that's why we like Rhea.
Right, I was showing pictures of Tony Atlas around the comic shop this week.
Tony Atlas.
Because Tony Atlas, that's not Samba Simba. Because Tony Atlas coming to a local Comic Con, and I was telling people if you want to get in his good graces, wear your good pair of shoes. But I'll tell you this, that they both do something for me, but I lean a little more Liv.
Yeah.
I lean Liv. Rhea, and this is not a knock in any way, she's pushing the Cradle of Filth makeup a little too far for me.
Some of us want to fuck Danny Filth, some of us don't.
Right, exactly. So, but she still is
some of us have listened
phenomenal.
To Nymphetamine over and over again. Some of us haven't, I guess.
So, she's starting to look a little bit too much like that dude from Motionless in White.
No. See, that's where I cross the line. You don't do that because they still suck. Main event.
Yes.
Darby Allin versus The Hanger.
The lights went out. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't part of the match.
What the fuck? What was that?
So it's happened a couple times.
But this was like egregious.
Yes, it was.
I get if it flicker can happen, but this was like 20 seconds of the lights being
When we were watching it 2 weeks ago, like the first show in this arena, it flickered.
But this is a different arena.
Oh, yeah, this wasn't in that sports arena.
Isn't at the sports arena.
Right. At the sports arena, it flickered, and when it flickered, the commentary was like, who's coming out? Yeah. And then they were like, oh, I guess nobody. So it is weird that it keeps happening, but if
it's not storyline, that's a problem.
Yeah,
brother.
right. If somebody just keep tripping over a fucking wire, somebody sabotaging, very weird.
And it sucks too because it took the crowd out of the match for a little bit.
Yeah,
they were expecting somebody to come out, nothing happened, and everybody just felt very confused.
Right. We've been trained as wrestlers when the lights go out,
somebody's coming
out.
Yeah. Other than that,
especially when you have an act in the company that the lights go out for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought this was a really good main event.
Yeah, it's a ton of
fun. These two have great chemistry.
First time ever. Crazy.
Yeah. Darby is a fucking crazy person.
Absolutely.
When he took that fallaway slam into the steps on the outside, gross. He ends up getting the win, though, with the dude special.
Mm-hmm.
And
out of nowhere.
Now I need Hangman to really up the off the deep end deal.
Yeah.
He needs to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was really good.
Yeah.
Good for Darby.
And no sniff of the Elite in any capacity.
No Bucks, no O'Connor. Hey, they were just in blood and guts last week,
Right.
They did the whole match where Hangman only did a little bit of it, so
yeah.
I get it. Made sense.
I mean, they do have a bunch of belts that they should be
well,
on TV at
that
some point,
might be a problem, sir. But, all right, I mean, that's all I have for...
Yeah, that's it. So I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question before we get to somebody else's question.
Okay.
Do you want to sing it?
Nope, I couldn't think of anything on the fly. I'm sorry.
I was watching a clip of from 1992. It was the 1992 match of the year between Hansen and Kawada.
Great match. Yes, feels like a fist fight.
So, and I was watching that, and I was like, that's Stan at the end of his career. He wrestles a little bit more in the 90s, right? And we've talked about this before. We've talked about it in the private. We've mentioned on the show, the 4 pillars are super talented dudes.
No doubt.
And if you know the little bit of the history, Tenryu leaves, and the 4 guys get hot-shotted a little bit because Tenryu leaves and it's this big void. Shiruda leaves, he gets sick.
Yep.
Tenryu leaves to do war and SWS. So, like, they have these 4 kids, essentially. They're like, listen, you're it now.
Yep.
And they more than delivered.
Should get off the pot.
But the big part of them delivering is Stan Hansen.
Absolutely.
Like, iron sharpens iron. Yep. And, like, if Kawada isn't having these absolute battles with Stan, if Kobashi isn't having these battles with Stan, so, like, they all fought Stan. They won titles off of each other, Stan from them from Stan, all that.
They needed Stan.
Right. Stan is that guy who was still super believable, convincing as a threat at any point. If Stan Hansen can walk into Japan today and beat somebody and everybody like, yeah, this makes sense to us.
Yeah.
So, so you are shaped by Stan Hansen. The crowd understands even a loss. The crowd is still like, well, you survived Stan Hansen, right?
Yep.
And then when you beat him, you're like, holy shit. Like, Stan's super important to the legacy of the Pillars, right? And it's a big reason why these young guys who, by typical Japanese standards, weren't quite there yet before they lost their 2 other giant fucking stars. Who's that now? Is there someone in wrestling, either company... that is because Jericho thinks it's him.
It's not,
but it's not, right?
It's not.
Because while Jericho was putting people over, but he'd always get his win back and he'd fuck up the finish and whatever. Jericho's legitimacy, I don't think, has been real since maybe the 2nd year of AEW.
Yeah.
So is there a guy that is of that level in either company now who's putting people over, but is also like, but can also conceivably win at any time, be believable, and elevate these kids? Is there somebody there? Yeah. Because you look at like Danielson, but Danielson doesn't really lose that much.
Danielson loses more than you think. He doesn't win the big one.
That's true.
Does not win the big one.
But like, is it Danielson? Because I was like, like.
He'll get his win here,
yeah,
but then he'll go to Japan and give Okada his win back, give Sabre his win back, in Japan where that's their base, you know?
Yeah, but
puts over MJF big,
and MJF is probably the most comparable because like Okada and Sabre are established guys, like them losing or winning to Dragon is essentially a trade off. MJF is a good one, if the thing with Darby happens, that's a big one. Yeah. So I guess it probably could be Dragon. Is there a WWE guy right now that has that believability, and is is going to be able to help young, not ready people to get over, but also still be a threat himself? Cena's not it. He's gone.
No, he's gone. I was going to say it was Cena.
It was Cena, but it's not right now. And this isn't like a wrestling doesn't have these guys. It's I don't know if wrestling has these guys.
Maybe it could be Sami Zayn.
Okay.
If he's supposed to lose his Braun Breaker
at
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sammy never won the big one, though.
Yeah, he didn't. He should have, but he didn't. But WWE, no, I think it's a lot harder. I think it would be like the last guy to do it was Cena.
Right.
But like even he was beating Austin
Theory.
You know?
Right. Like that's the thing.
That's never been their
MO. Right.
It's
never been their MO. But I was just trying to think, because Cena was sort of the reason. Because, Cena used to sort of...
Well, he had the U.S. Open Challenge. He was putting over Kevin Owens when he was coming up. I mean, he did a lot. Like,
I'd like to say in AEW that it could be Edge also, but he's not losing matches a ton either. No. And that's more Tony Khan than... Like, Tony Khan figures that shit out, and Tony Khan is still 5 years in his money mark phase, where he's like, well, I want the guys that I like the best to win no matter what. And, like... AEW also doesn't have a ton of old guys. Like, and people like to make fun of them for like having all the WWE cast-offs, but they don't have a ton of old guys.
No, they don't.
And like Mox isn't really around on TV right now.
He's taking a break.
Yeah, so
even though people are like, he's quiet quitting.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's
just
at home
up.
finally. But yeah, it was just something I was thinking about, like how vitally important Stan was to that era, while being 3 years away from the end of his career.
Yeah.
But, like, up until that retirement, if you put the Triple Crown on him, everyone freaked the fuck out.
Oh, I would have believed
And that is a really rare thing in wrestling to do. Like, and Dragon is honestly probably the only dude that could probably do it. If he loses, you're like, all right, yeah, that makes sense because it's at the end. But when he wins, you're like, oh yeah, wait, he's the best guy.
That's right. He's Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
No, that's a fun question though. I like that. All right, well,
and also go watch Hanson vs. Quad if you haven't seen it. It's fucking great.
Fucking amazing.
They fucking hate each other. It's beautiful.
They sure do. Well, before we go to Japan, we gotta hear from Mr. Terry Funk and.
Oh, okay. We don't have a question yet.
Not yet. And Mr. Ric Flair.
Yes, that's right. Winding down. I'll tell everyone here. Winding down on the Funk moments of the week. You'll know when it ends. When it ends. But this is. We just got done with Thunderdome. Thunderdome's over. Very funny, one of those Thunderdome promos. Gary Hart talks about how, this is when I was uploading it to YouTube, he's like, he says like, Terry Funk, what's the most conductive thing on the planet? And Terry Funk's like, it's water. And he's like, yeah, baby. And he's like, what happens when the great Muta mists Ric Flair and Ric Flair touches that electricity? And he's like, oh, it's not going to be good. And I'm like, what actually happens is the fucking cage light's on fire and Muta has to spit it out. But
God damn it.
So that was very funny.
So
but so we're past Thunderdome. We're going towards like 2 weeks away from the I Quit match.
Yeah.
So that's where we're leading to here. And here's a Funk's Grill with Terry and Rick.
And so we come back. It'll be the world's heavyweight champion in action, plus a special look at a special Funk's Grill right after this timeout. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to World Championship Wrestling here on TBS. Before we see the world's heavyweight champion in action, let's go back in time when Ric Flair was a guest about a week ago on Funk's Grill.
A special guest today on Funk's Grill via satellite from Charlotte, North Carolina is none other than Ric Flair. You know, I can't believe he had the guts to show up. But before I interview him, I want to tell you simple-minded people a story. Once upon a time, there existed a head. No arms, no body, no legs, just a head. And that head prayed for a miracle. Well, that miracle took place. That head turned into a tomato. A rotten tomato. Do you simple-minded people know what the moral of this story is? The moral of this story is quit while you're ahead. And that goes for you too, Ric Flair. Quit while you're ahead and while you still exist. Do you understand me, Flair?
You know, Terry Funk, I understand you all too well. I sit here and you wonder why. Why am I here tonight? How could I turn down the opportunity to be on the most prestigious talk show in the history of American television, Funk's Grill? Me turn that down? Not a chance. I'm here and I'll make me a star, pal.
Pal, I will make you a star because I will make you look so foolish today and also on November the 15th. You see, I want to take that from you in Troy, New York. I want to see those tears coming out of your eyes. I want to see you running from this old dog with those rabbit pellets or raisins falling all over the ring. That's what I want. I want you to crawl underneath that ring, and I want to throw you the microphone, Flair, and I want you to scream oh so loud, I quit. I quit, Terry Funk. You are the better man. And I want to see your arm reach up from out from underneath there in shame and shake my hand out of fear. Can you understand that, Rick, or not? Do you know how much I hate you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you're asking me, give me a chance to answer now, I know exactly how much you hate me. And you have to remember something, Terry Funk. I'm not worried about you taking that gold belt. And I'm actually very, very impressed with the fact that right here, you're addressing this on as serious a note as it needs to be addressed. I'm not, I'm criticized a lot these days because a lot of people say professional wrestling is way too violent. Maybe Ric Flair's outlived this sport. take that for what it means. But the bottom line is, professional wrestling, like football, is a violent contact sport. And in Troy, New York, on national television, Funk, two of the greatest combatants in the history of professional sports are going to meet head up, not for a title belt, but for one another's pride, for one another's guts, for one another's integrity. One of us is going to say, I quit. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be me. Bring it on, baby.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Flair. Yeah, come on.
We don't need
I'm ready for you. Yeah, we don't need any hollering or screaming. Let's just go out there and see who's the best. Let's in.
Hey, I got a better one for you than that. Why don't you bring everything that you've ever had in your life, which is everything you have right now, and that's your reputation, pal, because don't forget the fine line. Not only are you going to say, I quit, but you're going to crawl across that ring, and in front of 50 million people, you're going to say, Ric Flair, you're the better man.
Never, never, never will I do that.
And we made it. Here we are.
We're in Japan.
Japan.
You know, I was watching some Gary Hart stuff last week.
Yeah.
Just with him as Muda's manager.
Yeah.
And I loved him just like shit talking people. Mm-hmm. You ain't nothing but a guy Gene.
Yeah. It's so funny, dude.
Fuck. Gary
He's
Hart.
the best.
Gary Hart was awesome.
Some dude was selling the book.
You
posted it in there. And I was like, if I can get on the cheap, I have a PDF copy of it.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I was like, I'm just going to reach out. And he was like, well, I'm not trying to make anybody go broke on it. And I was like, okay, well, what's not broke? He's like, well, make an offer. I'm like, give me a price and I can share it around. I said, I know some people who collect things. So, but I'm going to need a price to tell them. Like, I can't just say, like, go do and make an offer. And he was like, well, $200 to $300. I'm like, it's a good price for the book, but I ain't paying it.
Nope, not for a book.
So,
all right. We're going to bounce around before we go to the G1.
Okay.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about from Tokyo Joshi Pro?
No.
Okay, we could collapse it then.
The matches were good. Nothing wrong with them, but they are no commentary, one cam.
The Ed Cody special.
And they're tough.
Yeah.
They're tough for me.
It's in that tiny little hall.
Yeah. Like, the matches are good. The top two, they're good. But, like, it's tough for me to watch, so I imagine people who have less of a sort of taste for that kind of stuff is going to be even harder.
I agree.
But they're good matches. But like they were like, oh, the Princess Cup is starting, and it's going to be like broad. They're going to do like every night of it. You're going to see all of it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And I'm like, god damn it!
Especially like I think
this doesn't count.
Some of the shows start at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
At like our time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, I could stay up, and then I see what it is, and I go, no, I can't.
No.
I can't watch a no commentary one cam show for like 2 hours.
I can't do it.
Ed would be in his glory, but
right. Again, the wrestling's super talented. Mizuki's good, and Miwanabe's good. I just can't.
Yeah.
But if it sounds interesting to you, go ahead and watch Tokyo Joshi Pro rules.
For sure. Like once it gets a little more rolling into this tournament, they do actual shows.
And the G1 does take a lion's share of our watching. You're watching particularly, because you're a fucking crazy person.
This is year 2 so far. I haven't missed a match yet.
Speaking of that, really quick too, since I know you didn't watch this, I'll jump to another thing that had commentary, but it fucking sucked. Was Bloodsport. Bloodsport,
I'm sorry,
11 or whatever.
I forgot you watched.
No, you're good. I only watched the main event: Shayna Baszler versus Miyu Yamashita. Speaking of Tokyo Joshi Pro people, Baszler ducks a kick from Yamashita and gives her a shoot tombstone pile driver for the finish, which was really cool. The match is fun. Like, both these people know how to fucking work. You know Baszler ain't fucking losing. Although I think one of the Creed brothers lose. Somebody lost to somebody. Like, some WWE talent lost somewhere in this fucking show. But, bland commentary and a quiet crowd.
That sucks.
Commentary did not know what to say.
Was it?
I don't know who it was.
Oh.
I only watched the last thing.
Speedball was on the show, so I kind of figured it'd be...
No, I don't think it was...
Okay.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Right. Okay.
But the commentary stunk. The crowd didn't know how to handle it. Like, Barnett was like 3 down off the top. This was the main event of the show.
Well, then I saw where MVP came out to challenge Barnett.
He looks fucking great.
I also saw MVP was on stage with Orange 9mm.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah, he's like, Yeah, I used to listen to them when I was in prison.
Yep.
I was like, that's right. I'm like, MVP and I talked about Agnostic Front and the Bad Brains.
Yeah,
once.
right.
I was like, oh no, he's a real motherfucker.
He's a badass.
He gets down with the, gets down with the shit. And
right.
And he knocked out Chris Jericho.
I want him to be in AEW with Chris Jericho running for his fucking life.
That'd be funny.
Especially because Jericho was like, "Oh, I'm so happy in marriage this week." Are you?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Are you?
Sure, pal.
Take a picture with today's newspaper and your house keys.
Sure, pal.
Yeah.
All right. Stardom.
And not Darcy the Miller's fucking tits.
Jesus. Well,
I mean,
did you watch anything from Stardom?
Did I watch anything from? I did.
I watched a match.
I watched the main event
from the first show or the second show.
From Stardom Sapporo Wonder Rendezvous, Natsupoi versus Sari Anui.
Okay, perfect. It was for the Wonder of Stardom title, the white belt.
Listen, the Natsuboi's back, brother.
Listen, we're just a couple Natsu boys. All right?
That's all this is.
We're all American Natsu boys. Natsupoi versus Saori Now.
Yes.
This should have been named Suplex City, the match.
The last 10 minutes of this match.
It's just suplexes.
Crazy suplexes.
Like German suplexes where they're getting the opponent up to the shoulder and just tossing them and not taking a back bump. I was like, a friend of ours has to see this who enjoys no bumps.
It was Germans, straight jackets, tiger suplexes. There's a point in this match where Inoue takes a snapmare from the top turnbuckle to the apron outside. I was like, what is happening? But I'm so happy that Natsupoi is back.
Yeah, Natsupoi gets the fucking win. The Wonder of Stardom Championship. I hope they calm down with this belt now because this belt has changed 3 times within 20 days.
Right. It's crazy. It's on its rightful owner, Natsupoi.
Damn right.
So the funny thing was, did we talk about it on the show last week? Or was that just me and you talking about how you can switch the cage match setting to not get spoiled?
Yeah. When we were getting tattooed last week. Because you're like, I'm going to figure out a thing.
Yeah, I'm going to steal their algorithm. You're like, no, you just hit this button. I was like, well, I'm a fucking idiot.
Have you been doing that now?
Dude, that has made my week of professional wrestling.
Yeah, hell yeah. That makes me so happy.
This was spoiled for me because of, Natsupoi does not orbit too far away from my viewership.
Friend of the show now.
But all the G1 stuff, spoiler free, so fucking happy.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
I was like, this is crazy. I love wrestling again. I hated wrestling before, and now I fucking love it. But this got spoiled for me, but I'm happy it did because that means I just wanted to watch it extra.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love Natsupoi. This match was a ton of fun. And for real, the last 10 minutes, I was just like, holy shit, ladies.
It was nuts.
Just crazy. Just crazy suplexes. So the title is with its rightful holder, Natsupoi.
So I didn't watch anything from the second night of this.
No, me either.
But following Matt Turner's tweets,
sure,
from the world,
what's her name from
Stardom
Odatai wins the title.
Tora,
wins
the red belt after Saya Kamitani turns and joins Odatai.
Yes.
Does Stardom feel in the mud right now?
Yeah.
If you gauge off his tweets, there's another guy I follow who's very up on Joshi as well. Yeah. Just saying this company's shot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because they didn't take that big of a hit from Marigold.
Yeah.
They didn't Marigold's popular, but they're drawn better. They have the better talent overall. They have more better talent at least.
Yeah.
But I like Natsupoi. Mina's her star has only risen further. So yeah, it's weird. But I like Tora. It wouldn't be my pick.
Yeah.
But Tora does sort of remind me of the older Joshi heels a little bit.
Sure.
So I don't mind it. I don't think she's a bad wrestler. She's just not the flashy wrestler that we see out of a Mina Shirakawa or any a lot of that other talent. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, everybody goes up and down.
Yeah, I meant to listen to the Stardom cast. Yeah. I don't know if they put it out this week yet or not.
Yeah,
but I kind of want to get his take on it because he's not pleased.
I wonder if Rossi sort of. And shout out Matt Turner. I don't know his host name, but check out Stardom cast. But maybe not having Rossi on creative is hurting. They're a little directionless, and that will take some time to recover. You get a new booker and president; it takes a little bit to figure out a direction.
Like they say, there's 3 new stables now.
Yeah,
it's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
so
it takes time.
Yeah,
But
got to see the vision, brother. I guess
they'll get there.
Yeah.
But the matches, they still at least have a couple of good matches. So they may not be the powerhouse they were coming into this year, at the end of last year, but they'll figure it out.
I hope so.
Crossed.
Let's get into
where are we going?
To the main shit in Japan.
Yes.
The G1 Climax 34, the ongoing tournament in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
We're a little over halfway done.
Yes, my literal favorite time of the year watching wrestling.
Yes.
Night 5. I only have one thing.
You told me to skip Night 5, so I did.
Yeah, and it's because Evil versus Naito sucked fucking shit.
Brother,
it was so fucking bad.
So
Evil sucks.
I don't have the rankings in front of me, and I'm not saying ours because those I can bring up. Evil's undefeated so far in the G1. I saw the bracket today. He's the leader of this bracket with like 12 points.
If he loses out, I think he's eliminated.
Yeah.
He has to lose out.
That is great. It is insane to me.
What does he have on Gato?
Right. Something.
It just sucks. The shit sucks.
Right. I haven't watched an Evil match, and I won't.
Evil Gabe Kidd was so fucking good night 1. And then, I'm watching everything, but, it reinforces to me how bad the House of Torture stuff is. It's so fucking bad.
Is the crowd into it when Evil's winning these matches? Right. So, if the crowd was into it, I get it, but, they don't fucking seem to be.
They just, they groan.
They're running hard with Evil, which is blowing up brackets, I'm sure.
Unless you're Tim. He's riding Evil to the death, I guess.
So. Whatever. So is Gato. Tim and Gato, same level of person, I guess.
Tato.
But,
so night 6.
Night 6, I have one.
Me too. Konosuke Takeshita versus Hanare. This is so fucking hard hitting.
Yeah.
And I'm going to declare right now, night 6, Takeshita, you are the MVP of this tournament.
He's a stud.
The MVP, brother. You have taken over the Ishii spot of being the MVP. You're the MVP.
Yep.
He is he is fucking amazing. Yep. And I know there was talks about with AEW and whatever, bringing whoever in, and maybe we're going to take this guy from mid card and build him up to the main card. They don't do it with this guy.
Right.
This guy is the fucking man.
Yeah.
He is the. He's not Lex Luger, but he's the total fucking package.
I don't want to pull Ishii from what he's doing now, but I would love to get Ishii Takeshita in the G1 here. But
yes.
Yeah.
And then Takeshita says a thing I have a mentor in the United States who has coined me the new king of strong style. Mm-hmm. That's Shinsuke Nakamura giving him the stamp.
It sure is, which means he's going to end up in WWE.
Stop that. No, he's going to end up loving surfing.
Well, that's true. Taking time off to surf all the time. Takeshita is an absolute stud. His finishing combination with the Blue Thunder into the sit-out brainbuster is awesome. He's just the absolute stud. Hanare looks great. Hanare also delivers in most of his matches. Continuing his upgrade and confidence in himself is really cool.
I agree. Ever since last year's G1.
Yeah. But Takeshita's a fucking stud.
God damn it, he's so good.
Just incredible to watch.
You see, AEW made his figure the chase figure of that set when it comes out.
Well, it looks ugly anyway, so.
The normal head looks great.
Oh, does it?
The screaming head looks like shit.
Yeah.
But the normal one looks awesome.
Why would it be the chase?
No idea. Makes me sick. Makes me fucking sick.
Never.
Other things that make me sick are Night 7.
You make me sick. No,
I have
Night 7.
3 things from this.
I have 2.
Well, so one you won't have because it's Evil versus Callan Newman.
Yeah, that's am I fucking insane? That's never happening.
Callan Newman, I'll say this.
Use his God-given name.
Will cosplay.
Thank you.
He looks better in this match.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe if I'm softening.
Maybe.
I don't know if I felt bad.
Because
people shit all over that finish we had with Shingo where I didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no, he didn't get DDT springboarded off his hands, but whatever.
Yeah.
Newman looks better. But this fucking sucks so bad. It's so bad. Fucking, oh my God. Put me out of my misery, please.
Okay.
This sucks. I will wake up and watch every goddamn match, and if it sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks.
I mean,
This sucks.
Anybody that I know, you are the source because you've literally seen every match.
Yeah, I watch every match.
Yeah.
Me and fucking shout out Kincannon.
Yeah.
That's my dog. Kevin Ford tried to get in on a little bit. I was like, yeah, man, we watch it live. He goes, yeah, all right.
That's funny.
He's like, hey, maybe hit me up a little bit afterwards. I said, all right, that's fine. We'll talk. But also, I don't want to spoil it on you either. So
whatever.
But Jesus Christ, this sucks so much.
Yeah.
I hate Evil. Oh, God. I'm glad EO left you.
What have you watched any of the tag stuff, or you skipping
I skipped that.
'Cause I saw that my pal Kosai blew his shoulder.
Yeah, I skipped that.
What's the AC joint? How long is that out?
That could be a while.
That's a big one. That stinks.
Yeah.
That's a talented dude.
So I look up the card the night before and I go, oh, there's 4 or 5 tag matches, and I go, I'll set my alarm for like halfway through the last tag.
Okay,
and it's timed it out perfect so far.
All right.
Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
did you watch this?
I did.
Shooter gets the win. Shooter looked great here.
Yeah, he looks awesome. He's back, baby.
He's back. He looked great. He's in there with Zach. It's kind of
he
impossible
still
to
looked
look
good.
bad.
He held his own.
I can see this match main eventing Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay. Not this upcoming one.
Yeah.
Like next year.
All right.
Sabre versus Shooter for the belt or something, you know? I just think this looks great. I think it's such a great match.
Shooter looks really fucking good here. The thing, again, we do this every time. I do this, you do this, and it's not a bad thing at all. But, like, I genuinely, and Ed, block your ears, I genuinely love watching Zack Sabre do everything.
He's incredible. He's fucking incredible.
Everything. He is one of the most ring-smart wrestlers I've ever seen.
Yep.
He's one of the few guys that has an actual complete control of everything he does in that ring, which is why he was such a good matchup against Dragon. But like, I love watching him confuse and counter wrestlers. It's crazy. He does like he'll do like a coming out of a submission. He'll kick you in the knee real quick. Yep. He does the big holds and pins. Like he's just so good at all that shit. And I just watch him and I'm like, how do you even understand how to do that shit?
I love his style when he's chaining submissions together and just it looks so effortless.
Yeah.
And commentary puts it over like, oh, he says, I'm not going to hold a submission for more than 8 seconds because I don't want you to try to figure out a counter. I'm going to switch you up and I'm going to lock in something new. Zach is awesome.
Yeah.
I love Zack Sabre Jr.
The last 5 minutes of this off the charts.
Oh, of course.
Shooter is, if he can stay healthy, he's having some issues early, but that's my guy at all those young dudes. There's another guy coming up pretty fucking close, but Shooter is, I'm standing tough with Shooter. I don't love the blonde hair because I think it looks a little bit too much like Okada, and I wish he would go back to, although his hair before that did look a little like Naito or Tana.
It looked just like Tana.
But like, we'll figure something else out, but he's a handsome dude.
He had some muscle mass back.
Yeah.
He lost too much muscle
mass. He did from being out. Understandable. Yeah. But I'm riding with him for right now. I fucking love Shooter.
Shooter looks great.
This match fucking rocked.
Yeah. The other match I have from this was Gabe Kidd versus Shingo Takagi. When I was watching this, I think I even said to Dwicky, I go, oh, wait till DJ watches this shit.
Listen, I like professional wrestling. Anybody listening, you're not listening to us ramble about professional wrestling for a few hours if you too don't like professional wrestling. I love professional wrestling. I love watching Zack Sabre wrestle. I love Dragon. I love watching Bret Hart. I love Terry Funk with all my heart. I like Dusty Rhodes. I like a lot of people. I like a lot of wrestling. But when you get two guys in the ring who nobody told wrestling was fake.
Nobody's smarting them up.
Nobody's smarting these guys up. And, like, I don't know what they do. Withhold food from them for the week? I don't know. Like, they put them in kennels and backstage and just throw water on them every now and then. And they're, like, it's gladiator shit. Like, these dudes, like, so, like, they're throwing Saito suplexes. Gabe Kidd, every match seems to have gotten bigger in size.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He just keeps inflating from match to match. I don't understand it. And so my note on this match, and I have post-match notes. But my note on this match is, I adore this match. Fuck your wrestling moves. Just beat ass.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
All they do is punch each other in the face.
And I know I said Kawada, Hansen, just beat an ass. Yeah. Hansen, Terry Funk, where Terry Funk bleeds buckets, just beat an ass. I will watch two guys in professional wrestling beat an ass 9 times out of 10 over a technical wrestler. And I love Zack Sabre Jr.
Absolutely.
I love Bryan Danielson. But when two dudes are just standing toe-to-toe and they are just hitting each other as hard as they fucking can, and then somebody goes for a move and they're like, that's not what we're fucking doing here, bro. They just beat the fuck out. I'm just like, I'm so happy. My heart feels like I'm like the Grinch after he attempts to steal Christmas. My heart grows 3 sizes. It's probably a clogged artery, but for right now, it's cool fucking wrestling.
I love when Shingo would punch Gabe and Gabe would just look at him and call him a pussy.
Right.
Like,
it's insane.
That guy's crazy.
He's nuts.
And this crowd
6 months ago, I hated Gabe Kidd.
The crowd loves him.
Yeah.
They're chanting Gabe-oo, Gabe-oo. And I think it's Jeff Cobb on commentary. He even points out and he goes, are they chanting Gabe Kidd's name?
Because he's real.
Yes.
And the real ones in Japan get over no matter what.
Yeah.
You can't be phony in Japan and get over. It does not. For the
feels
most
like
part, it does not work, right?
And then, after the match, he bows to Shingo.
He puts out his hand for the handshake.
And then he fucking kicks his dick in.
And I'm like watching this and I'm like, oh, all right. They're here in the crowd. They put him on commentary. Like, I'm like, they're listening. He's going to go. They're having him shake hands because they're going to see what they can get out of this kid who the crowd's behind. I'm like, so they're shaking hands. They're going to see if they have something here, if they can do the switch and figure it out. And then he kicks Shingo and I'm like, fuck, they got me. Yeah. He's still an asshole.
What? And that's why I said to Kincaid too. I'm like, they have to.
Yeah, right.
I go, if he's going to be a heel, you have to do shit like this because the crowd's turning for him.
He is. You know what? I'm going to bring up Gabe Kidd after the main event of Night 8. Or whatever the last match I don't know if it was the main event of Night 8, but the last match I watched on Night 8. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
Main event was Philly Takeshita.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to bring up Gabe Kidd again.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about that match because I thought the match was okay.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that match, but we're going to talk about Gabe Kidd also.
Okay, so Night 8, the only match I have to really talk about, Hinari versus Yuya Uemura.
Yeah, right.
I thought both guys played it perfectly, where Hinari is just like this bad motherfucker, and Yuya is this perfect, fiery underdog babyface.
Yuya is showing out, brother.
Yeah, the heat stroke. What's his fucking name?
Storm.
Heat storm. All right.
The heat stroke. He just foams at the mouth.
I'm never gonna get that.
Storm.
It's the heat stroke. I thought this was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hinari wins, beating Yuya.
Yes.
And it's a
Yuya's showing out. He's a surprise.
He's the guy coming into this that I was very worried about.
Me too.
And he's the biggest surprise so far.
He did not get considered a Reiwa Musketeer. He was with Joe Hendry, like all that sort of stuff. And he came back here like his excursion was in TNA. Like they sent Yota Tsuji to Mexico. Like what did they do or whatever, the UK or whatever. And it's like TNA. And then he's just we talked about him last week, like pure white meat athlete babyface. And it's cool.
The crowds are into him too, that's the biggest sign. Yeah.
I haven't watched everything from him. I've watched most of his stuff, but I don't think he's had a bad match in this tournament, right?
No,
he's really looking good.
Yeah, him Takeshita was fucking awesome.
Super impressed with him so far. Like he was sort of a question mark for me, and like he's really been like, all right, no, this kid is fucking good.
Yeah, like this needs to be the fucking like litmus test moving forward for New Japan.
Yeah,
is the G1
right?
Keep it to the size it is now, because I'll tell you what again. Yeah, there's been some real bad stuff, mainly evil stuff. Yeah. Everything else is, it's solid.
Yeah.
It's solid professional wrestling. Like, is it blowing my fucking dick into the dirt? No, it's not.
That was something I was going to say.
It's so solid.
The matches get better and bigger when the stakes are higher at the end of the G1.
Of course.
But there's not, like, a match of the year contender out of this G1 yet, I don't think. Everything's been really solid.
Yeah, I think Gabe and Naito, or Gabe... Shingo's probably my favorite match out of it so far.
But like last year when we got to like the last couple days, we got bangers.
Well, yeah, when you had Ospreay, Naito, Ospreay, Okada, Okada to Naito.
That's going to be interesting to see like some of these young guys be like, all right, I'm stealing this one now. Like I'm stealing this whole fucking tournament here. So that's going to be really interesting. But everything's been super solid from what I've seen from what you've talked about. If you're Red Narita, are you pissed that this is what they did with you and for you? You're like, these other dudes are like showing out and I'm just stuck cheating, hitting people with wrenches and hanging out with Yujiro.
Oh God, I hate to do that anytime. The problem with Red Narita was it's just Shibata light.
Right.
And Shibata is very revered in Japan still. And it wasn't fully clicking.
Yeah.
They tried to put him with strong style with Suzuki and Despy, and that just didn't really go anywhere because Suzuki's off doing whatever he wants, Despy's off doing whatever he wants, and that kind of leaves Narita by himself. Yeah. So I get that crumbles quick. Yeah. I like Narita. The House of Torture stuff is just fucking bad.
So here's the thing, like, a lot of these guys were trying to figure out who they were, right? Suji came in the LIJ, that's pretty easy. But like Shooter was Baby Mox, now he's not. Yuya was kind of blank slate. And like all three of those guys have really had the opportunity to emerge and figure themselves out in one way or the other. Red Narita's like, no, I'm just the cheating guy.
Yeah, and
I think it does him a disservice.
I hate that they stuck him with it.
Yeah.
He's not as egregious as an evil man at this point.
No.
But he still gets involved. He has like that push-up bar or whatever. And it just it just takes me out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the big problem that a lot of people have had with a lot of the House of Torture stuff was I came to New Japan to get away from stuff like this.
That's my big problem with it. Is that I don't think there's a place for it. Like, genuinely, I'm like, I don't think this fits in what the product in the kind of product that they deliver and they show to the world. I don't think there's a place for that.
You can have a little bit every now and again.
I don't mind people cheating.
No,
I
not
mind
at all.
when your gimmick is cheating.
But when it's every match, multiple people getting involved,
I won't watch it.
Nah. It's a lame ass shtick at that point.
Right, and I understand someone like Evil doing it because Evil's what else does he have? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yujiro, like those guys, like what else do they fucking have? But like Ren Narita's like, I can't develop a character while I'm also being this cheater kid, the young cheater kid. But
yeah, I agree. But yeah, we're halfway through the G1 at this point.
Yes.
I've been having a blast watching it.
So I want to talk really quick about Finley Takeshita.
Okay.
So Finley stinks. I don't like him. He's a better wrestler than he ever was.
Yeah, this match he shows like actual wrestling, and he looks good.
But I don't like him.
Yeah.
The cool thing in this match was when Takeshita gets pushed through the guardrail outside, looked crazy, sounded cool, right? So really cool, looked great. Takeshita does that little swerve job on Gato, gets Gato hit or whatever. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this match, and we've talked about it before, but the G1 is only highlighting this more. Watch David Finley in this match against Takeshita compared to the presence of Gabe Kidd in any of his matches, but particularly his match from like the night before or two nights before. Right, against Shingo. They are, to me, so far apart from one another.
I agree.
From an in-ring standpoint, Gabe Kidd is much better. But Finley can deliver, and Finley has delivered.
Like, Finley's like maybe one of the most inconsistent wrestlers I've ever seen.
Right, he has delivered, he can deliver. But from a presence standpoint, right, which matters. Finley's still the leader of the Bullet Club.
Yep.
They hyped up on commentary how Finley's so smart because he brought in Jake Lee, who has had nothing but stinkers. I don't know that he's had a match rated over a 5 or 6.
He is like the most misplaced guy in that stable because that stable, like his personality doesn't mesh with any of them.
The commentary's like, how smart is David Finley? He's so smart that he recruited the smart bastard, or whatever the fuck he says. Right? And I'm just like, this is the leader of the Bullet Club. But what member of the Bullet Club is everybody talking about? And from an in-ring standpoint, it's undeniable. And that's fine. Presence. In-ring presence, attitude, personality, crowd reaction, and just like aura. Like them standing next to one another, you're just like, get out of here, long hair. Like you got nothing. Yeah. Like this dude's gonna knock your dick in the dirt. Like you're gonna bury your head in the sand and steal all your girls. Like he's very much that, like, this just popped in my brain, which is hilarious, but there's that episode of Ren and Stimpy from years and years ago where Ren is on the beach and getting all the girls and the big muscly guy comes and then Ren gets all the plastic surgery to get bigger and bigger. Yeah. Gabe Kidd's that original big guy. Right. My fucking brain's weird. My brain's out of it. Fucking cooked. But Finley is Ren before he gets all juiced up. Like, he's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's not that he can't be entertained. He can't do the things that some other people can do. But Gabe Kidd's aura, when he walks into an arena, you're like, and he wasn't always this way. I didn't always feel this way about him. But like the last 6 months into this G1, it's like, and like the Conor McGregor shit, like I think he's morphed that a little bit into be his own thing. And I'm just like, this guy has an aura and a presence. He should be leading the Bullet Club, because the Bullet Club has always had quality leaders.
Yeah,
the leader of the Bullet Club has almost always been the best guy in the Bullet Club.
Guy up,
right.
Yeah.
It was Finn, it was AJ, it was Kenny, like it was Jeff Jarrett.
Jay White.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like Finley's next up never. Like, it's just not going to happen for him. If it was going to, it already would have. They've tried, they've forced, it's not going to work. Even if he got wildly better in ring, he doesn't have the presence. He doesn't have the aura.
No.
Gabe Kidd has all of it, man.
Even when he talks, he's screaming into the camera. I don't feel anything from Finley.
Nope.
When Gabe Kidd's talking, I go, oh yeah, this guy's gonna fuck you up.
Absolutely. He's believable.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
Yep.
And he just just his presence, I'm like, oh yeah, I got the tinglies about this dude. Like this dude has become special, and he's young as shit.
Even like the tiny little thing now, him wearing that like Dr. Death robe out to the ring. It looked like it's just so minuscule, but it adds so much to his presentation.
Yes, absolutely.
He's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah. It's just just watching those guys back to back main event. And I'm like, yeah, the one thing here ain't like the other.
Yeah.
And Gabe Kidd is a dude that's just like, as not as far as fans concerned, but like if you were to write out the Bullet Club roster, he's like top of the middle.
Yeah,
he'd be
second level.
Right, of like Bullet Club rankings. You know what I mean? Like, he's NWOB team.
Yeah.
Like technically, right? And like he's not Stevie Ray. Like he's fucking
show some respect.
Well, a match I would watch.
It's all like neck bones, sucker.
But yeah, I'm completely amazed by Gabe Kidd. I didn't think I would be.
He's awesome.
So yeah.
So that leads me to where we're at with the soon-to-be-named network.
Yes.
We Need Wrestling G1 standings.
That's right.
Through day number 8.
Yes, almost halfway there. We're a day past halfway there.
So the new leader in the clubhouse. Last week.
What a fucking day he must have had.
The Japanese Puro aficionado, Marcus.
Yes.
When I sent him the rankings, he said, call it now. It's over.
All right.
In second place, you have Mr. King Cannon.
Right.
In third place, you have Tim, defending champion. Might get knocked off.
Yeah.
Only 2 back, though. Fourth place, you have a tie.
Right.
Between you and I.
That's right.
You fuck.
Yep. I don't want to win this thing. I just want to beat you. I just want you to know that.
Fuck you, dickhead. No, because then I have to buy you something. We're at fourth place, or is that? No,
I don't know.
No, okay. We're tied for fourth.
Okay, yes.
Fifth place is Howard the Dave.
Yes.
Tied for sixth place, Kevin Ford.
Yep.
And Michelle.
Right down the middle, Daddy.
Yep. Lips are turning blue. And then coming up in the end right now, Dan.
Dan had a bad day the other day.
Dan had a rough week.
Yeah. Rough week. So Dan is now, he's 10 out from the front.
Yeah.
So that's the gap.
It's going to be hard to recover.
It's going to be hard to recover, but it can happen.
Crazier things have happened in the World Wrestling Federation.
I thought I had a couple good days, and then I looked and like Marcus must have had a couple like 1 losses or whatever. Ken slipped down a little bit, but that top, I mean, you and I at 28, we're only 3 away from the top, so that's a bad day and a good day. It can swing either way.
Bad day and a sad day.
So yeah, I would say that if you get a day behind, if you are 5 matches away from the leaderboard, you're pretty much cooked.
It's going to be tough.
Like that's because that's what they're doing, 5 matches a day.
Unless your matches are like polar opposite from somebody. Yeah.
Right, but once you slip below a day, five matches right away from the top, you're gonna have a real hard time recovering.
Yeah,
it can happen.
It can
but
happen.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So I think at least half the field is still really strong in the running, and the bottom half need to really cross their fingers here.
Yeah.
But who knows? Anything can happen.
In the World Wrestling Federation.
I think Evil should fucking lose out. So who knows?
Yep.
But I'm having fun with this. Thanks everybody again for participating.
Best, I love it so much.
Yes.
I'm a madman, so I will keep everybody updated as each day goes by. There's not another show There's 2 shows this weekend, Saturday, Sunday. And those
like
are going to
Friday
be
into Saturday and Saturday into Sunday, or
yeah,
it's like the third, right?
There's not one tonight, which is Thursday and a Friday. For
okay,
us.
yeah. So it'll be Saturday in the AM, for us, and then Sunday in the AM.
Those are 2 a.m. starts.
Is that when they are?
I think so.
Okay.
So, I've only been having to get up I've been waking up at I don't know, 6:15.
Yeah.
6:30 ish.
Okay.
My fucking first alarm for work goes up at 7:35 anyway, so
yeah,
it hasn't been awful.
Yeah,
these are gonna be a little rough, but
yeah, I mean, well, because if they're starting at 2 on the weekends, what do you got half the card? Usually like an hour and a half in before the matches start.
Yeah, so I'm getting up at 3:30.
3:30, but then you're only out till like 5:30, and then you
go
crash again.
It went like it was last year.
Yeah,
where I'm up for the whole card.
Right. Yeah,
3 hours a night.
Yeah, because they had fucking 65 fucking people.
Yeah, they need to keep it this way.
Just the way to do it.
It's been like all the fat getting trimmed.
Absolutely.
Listen, I love Yano, but his time was up.
Yeah.
No need for Chase Owens. None of those guys, and the matches are so much better off for it. So,
I'll forever say I missed Ishii in these. But sure. But I get why he's not there, and I'm glad he has a spot. I love watching him because he's beautiful.
I love he's having fun in America right now.
Again, he's such a consistent dude that you're like, all right, you're guaranteed at 9 matches, 7 of them are going to be like, oh shit, these are the best matches of the night.
Exactly,
because they're him, Gabe Kidd and Ishii on this level right now, Takeshita and him on this level right now, would be a lot of fun.
It'd be insane.
But yeah.
Well, before we get out
Tim's
of here,
question, huh?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Tim didn't send a question?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this was his whole thing.
Nope.
What didn't Kincannon take a lot of time and write a song? Right? He has a theme song, right? That people put time in and made?
Yep.
And he doesn't send a question?
Nope.
Huh. All right, well. Tim? Not the first time you've let us down.
Oh, Jesus.
Guess it probably won't be the last time you've let us down. But that's fine. I get it. I'm not mad, Brett.
You're just disappointed.
Just disappointed.
I understand. Well,
disappointed.
Somebody else has something that they want to ask us.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Only one thing?
Possibly.
Okay.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코디 질문입니다.
All right.
Ed Cody.
Yeah, so
never disappoints. Ed Cody, never.
No,
always here, always here to show up, always here to support us and really prove and show his friendship.
So Ed wanted to point out, it's always Ed has a 2-part question, and never here's a 2-part question for Ed.
Aww.
Alas, such is life. Quote, I guess in the end, and it's not about the 2-part questions that you get, it's about the 2-part questions that you give. End quote. That's a famous quote from frontman of the Beatles, John Landis. A hero to us all.
And I have a 2-part question for you. Why are you so cool? And when am I going to see you again? There's my 2-part Ed question.
I'll ditto that.
Okay.
Yeah, Ed, when are you gonna come hang out?
Yeah.
When are you coming up for a weekend?
Yeah.
When are you gonna crash in the woods with all the bears?
Right. There's bears here, Ed.
So
and there's also bears.
So Ed has a first question.
Okay.
It's first part of the 2-part question.
Okay, of course. It's allowed. Especially because Tim didn't send one this week, so we got extra time.
I'm working on my Kota Ibushi panel for Colossal Con. I hate it. I hate doing this. Researching and finding clips and pictures and taking notes, and holy fuck, was this a mistake? Any advice on making yourself focus on the task and get it done? Because I want to do anything other than this. Ed, I know you've said it a few times. Booger Sugar probably help you.
Does Booger Sugar help you focus? Gives you energy.
Yeah, I mean, John Moxley used to do it and go to the library.
That's true.
So,
they got free books in there?
Yeah. Wait, they let you take shit out of here and bring it back?
Yeah.
Ed, there you go. You're a little bumsky, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't promote that. But
so, Ed, Brett's advice is the sound advice, I think. But also, put on some fast music.
I don't think that's a fast music guy.
I know, but it might awaken something in him, and help him focus and hit that stride.
Just listen to it twice.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Put on the Twice discography.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
be
what
all right,
I
pal.
usually just listen when I need to get hammer stuff done. I just put on some good fast music and
You just put on some Twice?
Put on some Twice.
Good.
And then we roll. Yeah.
Second part here. Also with Kawasakan East just over a month away, are you guys wanting any anime suggestions? Get into the spirit a bit. Right now I'm watching Alya Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. It's about, I'm guessing, is it Aliyah?
No.
Aliyah, she hides her true feelings about this boy by speaking in Russian, but he speaks Russian. But he can't let her know he speaks Russian because he doesn't want to embarrass her. Is this extra long because I'm avoided working on that panel? Possibly. And I've watched, like, other than some Dragon Ball over the years.
Have you watched an anime ever?
Yeah, I watched Death Note.
Okay.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great. Other than that, I honestly haven't really watched, like, any anime.
Yeah.
I watched, like, or no, that's wrong. I watched a little bit of Ghost in the Shell.
With Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, yes, clearly. I watched a little bit of, oh, God. Kurt Knoll had the fucking tattoo of it. And it's going to drive me nuts. I don't remember. I watched a little bit of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm not really like an anime guy. I'll watch the new Rick and Morty anime that's coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'd like to watch Tiger Mask W if I could get it in English.
Yeah, you probably could.
I don't know if I can.
Or subtitled. It's at least subtitled.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
And that fucking one that Joe bought the box set of with the muscle guy.
Yeah, the Ultimate Muscle.
Yeah,
the
doing
old wrestling
the
stuff.
fucking the Muscle Buster. Yeah, I watched some episodes of that, but
you know the one character on there is based on Terry Funk.
I do, yes. But other than that, it's just something that like never really grabbed me, which is weird because I like so much Japanese shit.
Yeah,
you'd think I'd be kind of into that, but Death Note was probably the only one that I really loved.
Yeah,
and then the Netflix movie came out and it sucked fucking shit.
It's funny. I was a big anime guy when I was younger. Shocked to no one.
FLCL.
Okay.
That was one I watched.
All right.
I think that was the name of it. Yeah, FLCL.
But of course I watched Dragon Ball and Cowboy Bebop, which is great, and Gundam Wing. We used to watch a lot of Gundam and build the models when we were kids. And then I watched Devilman and Violence Jack and Ninja Scroll and Ninja Resurrection. The very basic stuff. The very basic sort of stuff like that. And like there was a cool Ghost in the Shell video game for like the PlayStation.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. But I've never done like Death Note or anything like that. I always wanted to, that like One Punch Man, that kind of stuff I've always thought about watching. But never really got into any of it. I had a friend in high school that was really big into La Blue Girl.
Okay.
But that's gross tentacle porn. So he had all those though.
Yep.
But I've seen those, so that's something.
Yeah.
But I do like anime. I don't watch it as much, but I do like animated stuff. And not an anime, but I did start watching the new Batman cartoon today that dropped today.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, like I watched X-Men, the animated series.
Stuff,
I watched like X-Men '97, and I fucking loved it. But
and then I also like the.
I understand it's not anime.
Right.
But
I watched a lot of Go Nagai stuff, and then any of the Studio Ghibli stuff. Like Michelle really likes Spirited Away and all that sort of stuff. So
sure, something in the way.
Princess Mononoke, all that. I watch the basic white guy stuff, but and then like Violence Jack. I don't think anybody can really find these days, but I used to watch some of that stuff. And there's something with a lion too. I like the big bloody gory action stuff. Akira is incredible. Everybody says that, but it's awesome.
Yeah, my cousin was like really into anime. The one with the horror pops tattoo.
Oh yeah, good taste.
Yeah, sure. I know he was really into anime.
Yeah.
Maybe I should hit him up. No, Ed, suggest me something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promise I'm going to watch it.
Right.
But suggest something.
Sure.
Like, not, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. Not lame.
Yeah.
Something you think I'd like?
Ed,
I'm a sicko.
Recommend Ranma 1/2, Ranma 1/8, whatever that is. Get right to watch that.
Something that's violent, though.
Okay, well.
I like violence.
All right. Gundam is super cool, man. And Cowboy Bebop is incredible.
Yeah, wasn't that Sea Space Cowboy? Was that from Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So
that band sucks. Did you buy anything?
Did I buy anything? No, we talked about the San Diego pre-orders last week, right?
Yeah, that was last week, but the AEW ones weren't announced when we did it. So
No,
like the time with Tony Storm's
No, I didn't
coming
do it.
out.
Yeah.
All those stingers,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
More Jay Whites.
Yeah.
That's Keshida. That's like I have to buy that.
Yeah.
We'll see what else.
We'll see what happens. Yep.
I didn't buy anything either, but do you have this? I don't know if you have this or not.
Oh, what are you giving me here?
Is this your? Do you
Do
have
I
that?
have this one? Did you? You might have already given me this one.
I don't know if you had it or not, but I want it, and I was like,
thanks, buddy.
I don't think you have it.
No, I'll take a look.
So if you don't have it, it's yours.
Yeah, I'll take a look. I can't remember what FMW cards I have,
Yeah,
but they're
it's a
down
Terry
there.
Funk card. He's covered
It's
in
beautiful.
blood.
He is covered in blood, and he's in the very rare yellow Funk U shirt.
Yes.
So, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, pal.
Other than that, I mean, I just got a bunch of like Japanese cards. I gotta bring my shit up so you can look through all the Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
We get some tickets to buy, but that's about it. LVAC went on sale.
we gotta buy those.
Capital Collision.
Gotta buy those.
And we're gonna book that hotel
Gotta book
and
a
all
hotel.
that, but we'll figure that out.
We will get it figured out.
We will.
Other than that, though,
Let's get out of here.
yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. At We Need Wrestling on all social medias. Well, most social medias or some social medias, whatever. You can reach out to us if you have suggestions about anime or wrestling matches, or if you know someone that is a Stan Hansen-like character in current professional wrestling, or just to say you like the show or want to talk to us or what have you. We love hearing from everybody and anybody. We're a proud member of the Soon to Be Named Network at STBN Network on social media, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com for all your Soon to Be Named Network needs with this podcast and At Odds with Wrestling and Long Box Heroes and Long Box Heroes After Dark and Final Wrestling Place, even though Tim didn't send in a goddamn question this week. But that's fine. You can do that. It's, questions don't get sent in. Maybe invites don't get sent out. You know what I mean? But that's for another day. Puzzle Warriors 3. Shout out Ed for being on the stink sheet, which he does all the time now. Our other show, Wings on Wings. We're winding down on that, too. A couple more episodes left.
Yeah, we're in the home stretch.
8 episodes or so left. Who knows? But I think that's everything.
Yeah. Hey, shout out our friend Dana, who's currently at the AEW collision table.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They're taping Collision tonight.
Yeah, so they're down in San Antonio.
Oh, shout out Dana. Big time. That's awesome.
Dana, hope you have fun.
Yeah.
If there's anything cool of note live you feel that we should talk about, send us our way.
Yeah, well, as of an hour ago, apparently Johnny Gargano showed up on AEW.
Interesting.
So that's a thing.
Yep. Sure is.
I'm looking to see.
Little tiny Johnny.
Yeah, little tiny Johnny. I wonder if there's any other announcements coming out of that. I hope not.
But, all right. Hope everybody enjoys the SummerSlam.
Yes.
If you're going to watch any of it, I'll be watching it with a very pumped up 6-year-old. So
yeah.
That makes my day.
That's awesome.
And I did buy him shit. I did buy him stuff. Did I tell you that? Did I say no?
Not here, but you told me.
Oh, yeah. I bought him a Rey Mysterio figure and an LA Knight figure and a Logan Paul figure because he loves all three of them.
He's 6.
He's 6 years old.
Right.
So
he'll learn.
Fuck it. If it makes a kid happy, whatever, dude.
That's right.
I don't know. Go eat some potato pancakes.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!